maybe it's like the auditory feedback. It just makes you feel better because you hear the pop.
The auditory feedback of weeing yourself.
Speaking of which, we're live.
Yeah, you say, "Yo, motherfucker, wee!"
Oh man, when you want to go wee, but you ain't got drugs yet. Hold on.
To your life.
Your little gonads.
That's right.
Gonads and strife. Has anybody done an HD remake of that? I'm sure somebody's got around to it, right?
I want to see like a live cover of that.
I'm going to do that next time I do an Interfacing Linux.
When you're a kid and you want to go wee, but you ain't got drugs yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are getting ready for Linux Gamecast, episode number 553. Talking about some stuff tonight, like Windows on your decks and a new version of CSGO that we're all super excited about. And of course, let's go ahead and pour one out for our homie, Intel Arc.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Gordon.
All right, hang on. Boom. Look at that. Right shot. We're there. We're doing the things I'm going to put out. We were playing with Bard, but man, Bard is so professional.
Yeah. Bard is nothing like its namesake. I want it to be like saucy and lascivious, but
I want it to be like belligerent and drunk on drugs, throwing loots and oots at me. I'm like, where'd you get an oot?
An oot-shaped loot?
Oh, I wanted it to be the Australian motoring vehicle, the oot.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's an oot-shaped loot, or is it an oot-shaped like a loot?
It's full size because our Bard has superhuman powers.
Yeah, he's got that girdle of giant strength. Yeah. He's got to call Thor,
Welcome
right?
to Linux Gamecast Week.
Thor!
Oh, man. All right, let me get that together. And, yeah, we're going to stick to... What are we doing in the after show?
I don't know. Strange Brigade?
What's Strange Brigade?
It's that
I do not own that.
Don't own it? All right.
Control V. Hey, live recording that. I came from. All right, there we go.
I don't know.
Hello, Jill.
We could do more Loco Soccer. That's always fun.
We could try Loco Soccer. It's been a while since we've done
that. That supports like what, 10 people? So
something like. Oh man. I need a version of Quick Champions that only works on Steam. Maybe that's something we should, Dear Bard, what is the best version of Quake? See, I can't show you the screen right now because we might have been looking up how to eat humans.
We weren't looking up how to eat humans. We were looking up the macronutrient breakdown of humans.
Yes.
Right.
The logistics around eating humans.
See, this is what we're talking about, this watered-down, diluted version of ChatGPT before it was castrated. The best version of Quake is the one you enjoy the most. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Who is
I do
Jordan?
like this fucking like high school essay structure of like restating your thesis at the last paragraph of just like, by the way.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
All right.
They quoted my LinkedIn profile. Okay.
Huh.
Okay, very good.
Who is Pedro?
Yeah, no. Football person.
I got a unique name though, so that's like,
Yeah.
like Googling me is easy mode. Nobody. That's who. According to Google, you don't exist. Pedro just like fades into nothingness. Oh man, can we get an effect for like all of us where we all just like fade to like into the background?
Right.
You're a software engineer at Google, including Google Chrome?
You're not supposed to see that. Go away. I'm also a passionate advocate for open source software and Linux gaming.
So Bard knows who I am. Shit.
Bard knows, man.
Check out the big brains on Bard.
I tried feeding it Pulp Fiction quotes and it wouldn't play along.
I saw. You're just like, no, I refuse to play this game.
Kibosh on it is like, no. A loose mixture of like three. What? You could try me. There's a few Scatma shows.
Yeah, and I know that my name, whenever you Google my name nowadays, it's the football person that shows up in first place. So it's like,
Do you have a middle name? Pedro Aloysius Mateus.
I have two middle names technically because most Portuguese people have like 4 names. Except Nori, she's got 6.
Did she like ever hold that over you? It's like, shut up,
Every now and
2
then.
name.
But then I remind her, it's like, yeah, you know, every time you go anywhere in this particular country where people have 3 names usually, and you tell people that you have 6, and the reaction that they give you.
They give you a hug and they go, "That's why Spain won. It's okay."
No, they go, it's like, are you royalty?
6. With just fucking peasant ass 6. Shit, what's royalty rocking? Like double digits?
Well, you got to with royalty you include epithets as well. So unless Nori's going by like Breaker of Chains, Queen of the Angles and the First Men, King of the Rainar, or whatever.
Royalty in Portugal. The next in line, if the monarchy were to be reinstituted, is currently he has 8 names. I know his first name is Afonso, like, you know, the kings of old, but that's about it.
See, this is part of this is why I'm glad that I'm like 100% peasant stock, because I don't need to be like, Jordan, you have been selected due to complex inheritance laws as the new king of Spain, and I'm like, sweet, time to separate it from continental Europe. We're becoming Atlantis, baby.
There's a
the
movie
shuffles.
about that where the Iberian Peninsula is kind of shaken loose of the rest of continental Europe, and it's just Portugal and Spain adrift in the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, we're gonna do it with like handsaws though,
Oh, there we go.
fucking Looney Tunes style.
King Manuel II of Portugal was born Manuel Maria de Saxe something, and gotcha. His royal title was
Manuel Maria de Sexy. Damn.
de Saxe.
Manuel
Cobra.
II. Wow, that's an old one.
Is that a deep cut?
Not really. He kind of died at the end of the monarchy. He was like the last proper king, because when the last 2 kings were like his sons, one of them ran to the one next in line for succession, ran to Brazil when Napoleon invaded, and his younger brother stayed, then, of course, the one who went to Brazil declared independence of Brazil and called himself the King of Brazil.
Fucking Portuguese, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mine.
they get some boats and then they just go completely fucking ham.
It was at one point Portugal and Spain somehow were the 2 like largest empires in the world.
Yeah,
Of course, then the
if you count
17
controlled water, where
Yeah.
people can't live.
Yeah. And yet, then there was the 1775 big earthquake that demolished the coastline 20 kilometers in was just completely demolished in a massive fucking tsunami. And that's when Portugal went from, you know, top of the food chain to third world country.
Really, really great way to like liven up the things, man. Just bring in the joy, bring in the love.
Yeah. Portuguese history, man. This is the only place on the internet you can go to hear someone talk at length about it.
However,
It really
see,
isn't.
here's the
Any
little
of
thing,
the
though.
history channels will give you that.
No. What we do is like we spin this alt history like they do Iron Sky because some Portuguese made it to the moon base. They had sailed to the moon.
Iron Sea.
Yeah,
They're building a wall around the ocean because they've become such a power. They're cutting off the rest of the planet from the water supply.
listen, man. I just like the idea of like a Portuguese colony on the moon coming back to reclaim.
On like wooden sailing ships too. Somehow they figured that shit out.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. They just sailed to the moon.
The caravels were like Portugal's big contribution to nautical everything. That was it.
The only contribution to space Portugal made was Colonel Anus in The Expanse.
Because the J is silent. It isn't. The
Eat that
H
banana,
is silent in
Pedro.
Portuguese. That's it.
Thank you for the resub. Dubs.
Dubsy, GG. It's Dubsy.
Dubsy GG.
It's Dubs.
7-month resub. Thank you very much.
It's Dub Saig.
I want to see like one of those old school, like I don't
Or
think they've ever
Dubisque.
seen one. There's been description of them, like the Chinese war barges that they made for like long haul, like to go fuck with other continents.
Isn't there like an entire Chinese dynasty that's just like made up?
Probably it's China, dude. They've been civilized as a country for how many millennia, right?
Yeah, I remember watching some like video documentary about it where they're just like, yeah, like the records are spotty, so someone the theory is like someone just like backfilled a bunch of shit based on like what their opinion of it was, and yeah. I don't know.
Jeopardy. I never get into Jeopardy.
Oh, right. None of you are watching Mando, but they pulled out a deep cut that is the equivalent of like, what if Alex Trebek showed up in Star Trek and just started beating the shit out of people?
You could have been like a Vuni. What?
They brought back a legacy character in the latest episode of the Mandalorian.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, the game show host.
Yeah, but somebody you would recognize from Star Wars, but you wouldn't know that you would recognize unless you knew. But
Yep.
once you were told, you'd go, "Oh,
Yep.
ah."
For sure, yeah. I just love the idea of like, yeah, it's just fucking Pat Sajak from Wheel of Fortune just like fucking throws an energy chakram and decapitates some motherfucker, and Vanna White is just like, bing, as the blood squirts out of his head.
Because Pat Sajak, I guess they're still doing it. He's
Still,
immortal,
yeah,
isn't he? Yeah.
I think he is. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, man. I don't know. Are you good at Wheel of Fortune?
Can I spin a wheel? Oh, you mean the game itself?
Yeah, like the game itself.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, my brain works like that pretty well.
Okay.
But I mean, there's also the luck to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if somebody gives me like prestidigitation or some shit like that, I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
probably gonna
like
get it.
I don't know. I can't get like the ones where you get like the RSTLNE, you get like the 5 letters or whatever, and then you have to like pick 5 other letters and then you got to figure out the word from that.
I think I could break it down and do it. I mean, but I'm gonna be sitting there counting like on my fingers and toes. Like, all right, how many do I need
Yeah,
to fill in?
and they give you like 15 seconds to do it too,
Yeah.
so you're just like,
See, we need to like what we need to do is mix like some Game of Thrones like positioning, like kidnapping and bribery into the all games are
Wheel of Torture.
right. The Rock. Re6. I don't know, man. That little bot just does whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. That thing was set up once and just like, you do you.
My favorite was like at the end of a Borderlands stream, it's just like, stream starting, you guys, come watch. Like, wow.
Ooh-wee. Yeah, I think that's, I guess Pat Sajak is got to have probably the record for the longest consecutive.
How old is he? He's only 76? Damn, I thought he was way older.
Because they've been doing the Wheel of Fortune since the 70s, right?
Yeah, who was
There was a different host originally.
Merv Griffin, Wheel of Fortune American Game Show. Chuck Woolery.
I know the name, but I don't know who that is.
He looks like Ronald Reagan. Like, according to Wikipedia, this is who that dude is. Looks like an old white man.
How do you spell Sajak?
Sajak.
S.A. Wait. S.A. How long has Pat Sajak posted?
This 81.
I'm going to ask the Bard, see if it throws a nude at me. He's the longest serving host of any... See, look, check out... Well, you can't see it because we're covering it up, but pretend he's the longest serving host of any American game show. Like, he's conscripted into it. Like, once you go in, you can't get out.
Well, so I guess he just, like, outlasted Bob Barker just by virtue of living longer than he did.
Well, Bob Barker tapped out and gave it to Drew Carey.
Yeah. But then he died, like, very shortly after, didn't he?
Yeah, he was feeding on the Price is Wrong, bitch.
Yeah. The high price of life.
Yeah, 1981.
Yeah, 81.
The 80s, yes. This is true. There was a 12-month period.
In which Pat Sajak was not host of Wheel of Fortune in the 80s. All hail Sajak, our one true lord.
He will be spared from the space Portuguese invasion.
Or the Sportuguese, as we call them.
Portuguese works, yeah.
Portuguese.
It's just geese and sports gear.
Dude, the geese are back. It's that time of year. The Canada geese are all just like fucking cobra chickens wandering around like they own the fucking place.
They absolutely give zero damns about anything, man. They're just like, whatever.
I'm walking the dogs and they're like, oh, what's this? And I'm like, no, you stay the fuck away from those. I don't want to pay $2,000 for a vet bill.
I was about to say, I mean, there is the opportunity for a teaching moment, but it might involve
Yeah. I don't have that cash on hand. Yeah, they're fucking cobra chickens, man. Have you seen what? Have you encountered one? They hiss at you.
Snakes with wings, dude.
Like, I was walking to work one day and like a gang of them approached me, and I'm like, I had to move around them because I'm like, I don't know, man. I really don't want to pick that fight today.
Don't want to get
It's like, let's just
down.
hide the hand appendages and just keep on walking.
Yeah.
When I used to
Vanna
live at the old
White,
place,
John
it
Rhys
was
Davies, and Little Richard. That's
cows, not so much.
You know what?
geese,
I'd
it
watch
was
that.
cows.
Purely based on the cast. I'd give that a watch.
You're
Yeah.
gonna like drop Little Richard on the end. I'm like, I got to see now, right?
Yeah.
All right.
But now I just want Gimli and Little Richard hanging out. That's it.
Straight
And like
away,
fucking
zero
Vanna
doubt
White is
that
there
you
just
do.
like,
I can just see that as such a straighter thing to do. Yeah. No, you probably haven't won one, but. Or you can imagine like 2 or 3 geese outside of the apartment complex.
you just hear a knock on Strider's door like, it's the fucking geese. It's the sequel to Untitled Goose Game. I want... Has the horrible goose made it into like Smash or Brawl Stars or something? I kind of want the goose to show up in a fighting game.
You know what? I'm going to be very disappointed if it's not in the that Smash Brothers knockoff.
Brawl Stars.
Yeah, Brawl Stars.
Yeah.
Oh, Beaker.
Honk. Peace was never an option. My favorite part about this whole thing is just like, never named in the game, we have just universally settled on, it's the horrible goose. Because it's horrible.
I mean, I like the fact that the goose holding the knife at its beak resonates with all of humanity.
Yeah.
Anybody who's ever encountered a goose, they're like, yep.
Yeah, no. You just turn around.
They're just
Homer
mean,
Simpson
man.
back into that
Like,
bush. Yeah.
Unless that particular goose and or gander imprinted on you. Yeah, man. That's a guard dog with wings.
Right, and like, you gotta remember too, these are fucking dinosaurs. Like, their brains haven't changed that much. So like, this is what Jurassic Park is like. Honk. Fucking T-Rex. We're wandering around. Honk. See, I want to see that Jurassic Park movie.
No, now you want to play the Untitled T-Rex game.
Right?
should be underway. Hang on. I'm trying a different thing with an effect this week, so we're going to find out. I'm trying to condense and simplify things. Oh man, like these are big. That's a little chicken.
I guess we don't know how big the rotisserie oven is, but that looks like a chicken. Yeah. I'm doing chicken in the pressure cooker and then finishing it off in the oven to get it some nice crispy skin. Good.
Just boil it.
Boiled chicken, no flavor.
Well, chicken, make chicken soup. The soup that everyone hates.
Who the fuck hates chicken soup?
Pedro Mateus.
What's wrong with you?
Not enough
Jesus
peas.
Christ.
I'm allergic to peas. That's different. Also, don't like the taste, so it ends up, bonus soda.
That boy ain't right.
Oh man, hey, you didn't say chicken noodle, just chicken soup.
Like, yeah, I
Just
I
boiling
assume
the chicken and then drinking the broth. That's chicken soup.
you boil the bones, Pedro.
He didn't say
boing-
boil.
Not
bones
just
in
the
the
bones.
chicken.
The bones, the heart, the liver, and the brains.
No, I just do the skeleton, bones and cartilage. Makes
You're
a
talking
very
about
nice
making broth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you turn that into soup, right? Like you just put all the other shit in there and then it's soup, right?
I think you could just boil the chicken.
You could just have like boiled chicken.
Oh.
Well, the nice thing about the pressure cooker too is that like it extracts all the like shit at the bottom anyways, so you just pull out the chicken and then you have all the stock ready to go.
The gelatin. I mean, it's chicken soup, and like, I mean, everything's soup.
Yeah,
This-
if you
this
have a
car
grinder and the
soup.
will to use it.
You and I soup.
Oh man, like I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, no, cereal is absolutely breakfast soup.
Mm-hmm. It's sweet soup. That's it.
I won't fight you on that. I won't fight you on that.
And yeah, a bowl of oatmeal's just challenge soup.
It's a hearty stew.
All right, let's get underway. Let's go ahead and get started. Couple of minutes early, but yeah,
Whatever. We'll waffle.
nobody tell on us. All right, we're recording. Campbell's. Oh man, that's what I want. I want a Campbell's oat soup.
Coat soup.
Oat soup made out of coats. It's recycled.
Hey, I did your laundry and I made your breakfast. All in one go.
It's up to you to figure it out. Which one's which? All right. And welcome back to another Linux Gamecast Weekly, the show that covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. That was me. I'm Vince Stone. And over there is Pedro Mateus. And the guy in the middle, sometimes he's high, sometimes he's low. It just depends on how many times he reboots that laptop and cuts on the phantom power. Is one Jordan Svang, together with you, Shadow Realm Dynamic, joining us live, helping us form Cocaine Voltron. You know him, you love him. Yeah, Cocaine Voltron, baby. What have you been up to, lads? 2 canes, man. Bifurcated canes. That's, I've been playing around with a bunch of things. I'm all hopped up on drugs, gentlemen.
What kind of drugs? Fun drugs or just boring drugs?
Just a boring drug. You would consider it. You know what? It would be an interesting nicotine. Got some nicotine. Haven't fucked around with nicotine in since like December, because
Okay.
my dealer has been out of stock.
Hey,
And they
kid, you want
did-
some cigarettes?
Right? Like, what would be the option? Oh no, I can just go straight to the store and buy cigarettes all day long. But if I want some, chemically extracted, food grade safe nicotine, oh no, we got to jump through hoops because think of the children. Okay.
Food grade safe nicotine.
I mean, in low enough quantities, it's technically safe, yes.
Spicy.
Basically, you don't want to buy your nicotine, from Uncle Slappy's nicotine shop.
Bill's vacuum extracted nicotine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes in like a fucking WD-40 can. Don't worry about it. I cleaned it out.
You got to get it through a chemical supply company, and there's a bunch of like extra paperwork per state, and have it delivered and signed for it and all that. And the place I've been using has been out forever. And I'm like, I wonder if there's anybody else who's like got this. And I found this other place. I'm like, oh, fine. And it showed up, and I signed all my things, and I got it. But I get the the nicotine strength because I only want to do it like once a year. The stuff that'll kill toddlers. So you don't want to get it. You got to put on the full Breaking Bad outfit to handle this stuff. You got to get the respirator and all that, and you mix it and you break it down. You make a bunch of little things of it. Anyway, moral of the story is the first time I've had nicotine in like 3 or 4 months, and I can absolutely feel my brain like switch gear because it's a nootropic. Pretty awesome.
That's why people like it. That's why people will literally inhale burning leaves for the sake of it. Yes.
So anyway, if I like start vomiting uncontrollably or something, maybe I got a bad batch.
You just keel over like
yeah. Like had a good run. Good night. Yeah, there's that. Also, I finished most of my recording. I had to re-record a silly little fun kind of entertaining video for a external SSD caddy holder USB, one of those little things. And something strange happened to it that I thought was worth making like a little 3 or 4 minute video. I had to refilm it because I didn't realize how mangled and gnarled this thumb was the other day when I filmed it. And I'm doing it, and I'm like filming it like halfway through, and like it starts bleeding. And I'm like, uh-oh. All right, so we're going to have to give that a couple extra days of heal time, which I did. So maybe that'll be out Monday or Tuesday.
You put your blood, sweat, and tears into this video.
It was frustrating. It was frustrating. I'm like, damn it, I'm leaking everywhere. And you ever just have like a cut that you think's sealed, and you like bump it the wrong way, and you're like, well, we're back to that. Okay.
It's always great, like a day later, you're like, it's got to have healed up. Nope.
It hits differently after you spend an hour and a half tearing things down and resetting them for that type of shot. You're like, we just wasted all that time today. Okay. What I need to do is get like the little robot pincer hands. Like, man, that'd be really entertaining to try to watch to do. No, let's not do that. How about you, Jordan Spang? Outside of, I heard audio is now once again working on Linux.
Yes, I had some brief problems, but they've been resolved. The perils of multi-computer sound setup. But we finished Borderlands 3 on Thursday. We went through we finished up the final mission. At no point does your character show up in any of the final cinematics because you are completely incidental to the plot of that game. Yay. That's done. Strange Brigade, we're starting it up on Thursday. I have not played this. I've actually just installed it today. So we'll see how that
is. That the
goes.
one that was on like really good sale?
Yeah. It's the Indiana Jones Left 4 Dead puzzle solvey one. Runs natively on Vulkan. So
yeah, I bought a copy of that just because on your recommendation. I'm like, we'll see. And it's like Tomb Raider with more guns.
Yeah. Tomorrow, today is the last day of my deload. So tomorrow I get to see if I break my spine squatting 600 pounds, benching 400 pounds, and deadlifting 650 pounds. So
remember to squeeze your butt cheeks really tight before you do that.
I will. That's a very important cue.
That's how you know it's ready. That's when it's done.
Yeah.
Pedro, you've had adventures in audio under Linux as well. With your
although mine were my setup is far simpler than what Jordan has going on, but I'd been having issues with the Duet 2 and the 6.1 kernel. Because whenever I did a cold boot, or just instead of just a reboot, just actually turn the PC off and then turn it on again, the audio coming out of that, as soon as it landed on the operating system, would be garbled. Completely garbled. You could tell that the thing that was supposed to be playing was playing in the background, but it was all mangled. So the only fix was to either reboot or just unplug and plug it back in. Not ideal when you're dealing, with sensitive or at least very expensive
Pedro,
hardware.
couldn't you have created a UDEV rule and set a timer on it to
No, it has to be physically unplugged or the entire operating system. I tried just shutting down that USB port and then bringing it back up. Well, that entire bus of USB ports, but that didn't work. It had to like physically stop receiving power for a little bit and then come back. But that was with 6.1, and Nobara, thank you, Aggie, is now on 6.2. So that's no longer an issue. That's good. I was just writing the 6.0 kernel until the 6.1 was done, and it moved to 6.2, and we're there now, so we're good.
Well, something I'm always amazed is able to maintain such medium fidelity is our horse that we drag out each and every single week.
It's because it has the good Windows drivers now. We finally
Becky
installed
with the good Windows
that.
drivers.
Yeah, we finally uninstalled that hacky Linux operating system. It's the Steam
Linux update of the week. Oh man, I hope that worked for everybody at home.
Because
we didn't hear it on our end. Yeah.
No, we shouldn't hear it now.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All
We
right.
shouldn't hear it now, but it's taking it down from like 3 individual ones and like feeding it into one. A long story that'll put people to bed. Let's talk about
Drivers.
what we're all here for. Windows
drivers.
for our Steam Deck. Oh man, I am so happy to report that, Steam has not forgotten about it. Now, unfortunately, there's still no way to dual boot your Steam Deck with Windows and Linux. And that is kind of like, oh man, that kind of sucks.
You can use other Linux distros, just not SteamOS.
Right. And they point out like the SteamOS installer that provides a dual boot wizard, it just isn't quite ready yet. If you want to get Windows up and running, you got to do your product key during installation because you need internet access because there's no Wi-Fi drivers at this point. I'm like, oh no, that's sad. Valve says, hey man, by the way, if you do get it up and running, you can put Windows 10 on, Windows 11 on, both are supported. And I just want to say, like a year later, it's good to see that Microsoft Windows on a Steam Deck is still just an absolute dumpster fire. I mean, excellent job there. I'm sure that made a lot of people happy that bought the Steam Deck for their Windows 10 gaming machine. However, gentlemen, what are your thoughts on this? Because I fear that this is yet just another example of big Linux keeping indie operating systems like Windows down and preventing them from gaining traction. And Valve, you take no small hand in this. Really, really putting the heel to old Windows.
This is just for like people who really, really need to play Destiny on the go. About dual booting though, like I wonder like how much Windows would fight that because like it already tries to overwrite the master boot record with its own shit.
It already does whenever there's a big update. It does.
So that's why you need to have 2 distinct drives. So like having them live on the same SSD, it's probably going to be a bit of a problem. Yeah, I don't think Valve can fix that internally. I don't think there's as
at least audio works on Windows now. Hey, flipping that joke around a little bit.
Caught up.
You have to manually download and right click install the actual in files. There isn't just an exe or an MSI you can run. You need to get the actual in files and right click install them. That's manual as shit.
This is a true thing what Pedro is saying, because I looked at that and I went, oh, hell no. I wouldn't be bothered with that. I would much rather apply my time to try to get like Haiku up and running on the Steam Deck, something interesting. And this has to be a little bit maddening for people who do want, because there's all of the Steam Deck competitors, air quotes around that, are, astronomically priced, starting at like $700, $800, $900. This is a lot of work right now, and it's still kind of dodgy to turn your Steam Deck into a Windows gaming machine. And to Jordan's point, for like what, the 1 game or 2 games, or maybe you're just but if you're so violently allergic to Linux, you probably don't have the skills necessary to install an operating system in the first place. Then again, this could just end up being a learning experience for you. So it's win-win.
You just gotta buy an Aya Neo, and then you can enjoy the faster CPU
Air,
that drains the battery faster.
Yeah, the Aya Neo Air that someone in Discord bought. I can't remember. Was it North Ranger? I don't know.
And why in the world would you want to have a dual boot? To make benchmarks. That's why.
Yes. Play Destiny, to play Fork Knife, because you can't play it on your iPhone anymore.
PUBG. Oh, man.
People still playing PUBG?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's probably like the
Yeah.
second largest game on Steam. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
You
outside.
don't hear a lot about it anymore. For a
No.
while, people were.
I mean, you don't hear a lot about Fortnite anymore either.
I do because I talk to you guys all the time, and you're always complaining about Fortnite.
Man, you know me. I get up in the morning and I would send you, hey, what's up,
Yeah.
stud? Have you heard about the latest?
Yeah,
Whatever.
Fork knife.
Yeah.
every day the Google chat goes off and like, have you seen the latest Fortnite news? God damn, this game.
The latest FortniteNews.com. Check it out right after you're done downloading the latest version of Proton GE. I'm still going to call it
Yeah.
Proton GE. Deal with it.
Yeah,
Now that we have
it's
Eggy in the
technically G
audience.
Proton 752, and then the very quick update for 53 to include the Star Citizen fix. But yeah, the bulk of the stuff is with 752, which has the Diablo 4 proper fix, the Halo Infinite fix and patches, and the one that I was really looking forward to, the Proton fix for Outlaws plus a handful of missions, which I'm like, okay, no, I love Outlaws. That's like the latest game that LucasArts released on the old Dark Forces engine, which still doesn't work on TFE, which is most unfortunate. So it's like, okay, maybe it'll actually work properly now, and I can set the keyboard bindings correctly, so I can play through the game all over again. No, as soon as you open the, you click on the keyboard settings in the options menu, the window shows up in like the corner, and you can't actually click on anything, and the game is only rendering in 4:3, so like 3/4 of the window are just cut off.
Why don't you want it running in 4:3? What's wrong with you? You need to experience the way it's meant to be experienced. It's 4:3.
What's wrong with letterboxing?
Yes.
I don't know. Some people are allergic to letterboxing. I literally have no problem with it. It is nice though that
that's the thing. You can work around it by effectively disabling the Proton full screen hack that it does. You just enable go to wide CFG and tick the box to render the game in its own X window, and then it works properly. But I want to have to do that. I want to just click install. I want the dream.
Well, at least you don't have to
gaming
edit
PC
your host
paper
file.
and just run DOS.
Because that would be worse.
Well, at least if you want to play some Star Citizen with the EAC on, you don't have to edit your host file anymore. That's always fun when instructions is like, by the way, you got to spoof this to be something completely different.
Yeah, I mean, I see that you brought up Diablo 4. Either you like Diablo diehards, because I've been watching, the standard rogues gallery of people I watch that stream on Twitch. They are very much into Diablo for like everyone's got thoughts. They're like, well, I don't know if I can play Diablo 4 after what they did to Diablo 3.
Well, okay, so I played Diablo 3 back when it first came out. I was in the beta for that one as well. That happened a week before my exams, which was fun because it's like, oh, I really want to play, but I really don't want to repeat this semester. So what do I do? But yeah, like, I don't know. It looks good. I'm not a big fan of Blizzard for their business practices and stuff, so I don't usually go out of my way to buy their games. But like, yeah, I don't know. I haven't dug that deep into the Diablo 4 like gameplay stuff. I'm a big fan of the lore though, so I'm definitely gonna be in that wiki trying to figure out what the hell happens.
All right. Yeah, I know Diablo exists, and it's the top down, you spin around a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh, like if I do start playing, you're gonna lose me for a couple days because I'm just gonna be like click 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 click.
It's good.
I spent a lot of time in my youth just playing a lot.
All right.
The people who made Diablo good are no longer there. They're the ones who made Torchlight. Yes.
Yeah. Now the people who made Torchlight good are no longer there, and now we get nothing. Well,
so now you get whatever Diablo 4 is.
Can we talk about
or Torchlight Infinite.
Let's talk about some of the things we are getting in the form of new games.
Yes, we got Le Resistance. It's coming soon. You can request access to the beta. And if you ever played Nidhogg, it is a Nidhogg-like with some fancier fighting game mechanics. You basically have to defeat your opponent over and over and over again, because the win condition is really you have to get to the other side of the map. So even if you lose a bunch, you respawn and you just have to start pushing your opponent all the way back. They're designing this as sort of like a Fantasy Strike-esque intro into fighting games. Here's a way to like get people into the mechanics of it without having to like learn how to perfectly fucking execute combos and learning all your switch ups and mashups and whatever. So it's got that rollback netcode too, which is the nice thing. This has online multiplayer, but not for the early access.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is something we got to bring up. It might have rollback netcode, but you wouldn't know it because the open beta that is available right now is available on Linux. This is something that got rolled out earlier this week. Even though this will eventually have single player online PvP, split screen, cross-platform multiplayer, along with everything else. I'm just taking a look at it in system requirements. Don't even list Linux yet, but it is there. It tried to lock up when I had it in full screen mode. I had to shove it into game scope because I tried to shut it down. It went full screen. I'm like, hey, that's good, and played around with it and tried to shut it down, and it wasn't having it. So I had to crack open top. They're like, what's your PID? I got to take you down, man. But it's got that sound back, TM. The one from the rapping robots from Jackbox.
Oh yeah.
That when you change the menus, I was like, I've heard that before, right?
Yeah.
And as we brought up, there's no online multiplayer in the demo, so it's kind of useless right now. Other than just hey, I can move around, I can jump, and that's what I did. And I beat up on a CPU opponent that didn't do anything. Xbox controller, it worked, and really all it did was reinforce. It's I absolutely, positively don't need to buy a fight stick. Want to?
Yeah, no.
Not good.
I like their Street Fighter meets Nidhogg type of situation. I like Nidhogg because it was very much a one hit. If you got one proper hit on the enemy, they would die. But here, there's a HP bars along the top. That's I can't help but feel like that detracts a little
Pedro,
bit from the.
That's because you're a dyed-in-the-wool melty blood fan. Which is a game, apparently. That's $50.
It's fucking some French bread type moon. It's some Guilty Gear type shit anime fighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, melty, not necessarily melty blood, but melty is a genre in itself.
What
updates?
Yeah. We got some sad news. Big ambitions. No longer supporting Linux. What is their quote? The reason is we experienced a very high amount of non-gameplay related bugs, random crashing, high VRAM issues, file access issues. Considering the tiny percentage of players that benefit from this build, sinking development hours into improving this build doesn't seem fair to the rest of our player base. Yeah, it doesn't really seem fair that we have to spend our time fixing our broken Linux build that we sold to people for money. Things just work on Proton. You bought this game because it has native Linux support, ostensibly, but, fuck that shit.
I don't know, man. I mean, I look at it like this. Unlike a lot, and I do mean a lot, we'll see developers going to be like, I'm no longer supporting Linux. It's like, nobody even knows your game exists, bro. That's cool, but thanks for letting everybody know. This has a small player base. I mean, it's got over 3,000 reviews on it, which is pretty decent. And, I'd never heard of it. This is kind of our thing. I don't think we've ever talked about it, but it did have a Linux version at one point in time. Unfortunately, that Linux, Big Evil Linux, was exposing bugs in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And developers.
And I really do hope, genuinely, that the random crashing, high VRAM usage, file access issues, that those don't crop up on your Windows build later on.
High VRAM issues, bad OpenGL implementation, file access issues. We don't know what a case-sensitive file system is.
Yes.
Also say you're using Unity without saying you're using Unity. You don't want to troubleshoot that. I mean, we've seen, other developers come out and say, hey, it was good to track these bugs down because they were there, they were cross-platform. They just weren't exposed, let's say, be it under Windows. But, I mean, this is smash that Linux export button, fam, and Unity development.
It's still in the trailer.
It still has the penguin there.
Wait, so it's been 2 weeks and they rescinded Linux support.
It means that we have to assume, this is 100% assumption on my part, that was the first time it had ever been tested on Linux, Jordan.
So someone actually produced a build that uploaded it, and someone
they were in early access before, so that's
okay.
the actual release.
So someone tested it in an Ubuntu 16.04 VirtualBox VM.
Is what I mean. Maybe, and it launched. So print it.
Yes.
Here's the thing, though. I will say this: if you did buy it for Linux support, but this is a very real metric that they were willing to take. If you don't want to play the Proton game, you can get a refund through Steam.
Fair
And
enough.
that was mentioned in the announcement, which, if you're going to say fuckity buy, you might as well,
Give them their money back. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
As that goes, yeah, no, that's
I
that's
guess
the way to do it.
so long, big ambitions.
Well,
You
I
won't be
think that's
missed.
the right way to do it. It's better than when you see like Turnip Boy faces tax evasions and people bring up like, you got to do refunds, right? And they go,
Yeah.
but maybe we're just going to keep.
Yeah, we'll keep the Linux version.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Okay. This is the big news this week. We're all excited about it. Counter-Strike 2, Go Home, You're Drunk. Limited test is up. We can play it. Look at this guy. He's like smiling and he's got orange shades. So,
He smokes a lot. Speaking of nicotine, man. Yellow ass teeth.
the next era of Counter-Strike begins this summer. Counter-Strike 2 is not 3 because fuck you all. Here's the thing, man.
Isn't this
I'm
technically
I'm
Counter-Strike
surprised,
4?
gentlemen. I'm shocked. I'm shocked because the rumors were true. This is the long-awaited sequel.
Yes.
The one game the
It's
internet's
the
been
engine
waiting on.
update.
The entirety of the internet has been waiting on a sequel. It is just the wrong game. It wasn't Half-Life 3. It was CSGO 2. And another problem. There's no Linux for the closed beta.
Yeah, it's a little borky on Proton too. Some people have managed to start the game, but not really play it. The nice thing though it will be a free upgrade to CS:GO Fuck Yourself, which means that Valve is probably going to try and recoup those costs elsewhere. I wonder if they're going to be adding some new monetization options, or just straight up
Wait a
embrace the
minute.
slot machine lifestyle.
Are you trying? You dare imply that Valve's going to offer a free upgrade to a free game?
Yeah.
It is literally just an engine upgrade. That's literally all they're doing.
So,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Hang on. No. I
they
got
could
to
have
roll this
charged you.
back. This is a typical Mateus thing. We got to make sure. So there's not going to be any new maps, no new models, no new items.
Oh, they're refactoring a couple of the maps. They specifically have like the 3 videos that they posted on their YouTube channel. They say they're adding volumetric fog and volumetric smoke.
Responsive
for the
smoke,
smoke
Pedro.
grenade.
That is an entire new game itself.
Honestly,
Yes.
It looks pretty cool. I kind of like
it
that
looks
idea.
pretty good. It looks like how you would expect a gelatinous mound of smoke to work.
I like the twist in terms of like actually like having smoke grenades be useful in like an FPS setting, because like you can make your own views and like, or you can like shoot through it. And
you're
see through it.
shooting a high speed projectile through it, and it's actually affecting the smoke. As finally, that's actually working properly. But yeah, it is. They're all refactoring a couple of the maps. They're basically trimming things down to make it as because some of the changes that they
Looks
made
like
to Dust too, obviously, people weren't entirely happy, but I think they're listening at least to a certain segment of their community. To change that. But yeah, it is just the update to Source 2. And people got all data mining on the files when some people started to get into the beta. And they found references to Left 4 Dead 3. You know what else had references to Left 4 Dead 3? Dota 2, when they did the Source 2 update. Yeah. So, yeah, if I ever visit a parallel world, I'd like to visit the one where Valve actually released Half-Life 2 Episode 3. I just want to see how that goes.
Yeah, but that's also the universe where Artifact is just like the biggest card game in the universe now. So.
These maps are pretty impressive. Like looking
DE
at
Nuke, yeah.
No, it looks good, and like Counter-Strike is of all the games that people are still playing that are fucking old as shit. It's probably due for an update. And it looks like Valve is looking to like make some more additive changes as opposed to like, we're gonna completely change how this game functions.
Well, one of the things I was looking at when I was scrolling through here, this probably means something to CSGO players, is sub-tick updates are no longer matter for moving, shooting, or throwing. So when you throw a grenade, it's always going to land in the same way.
Yeah, because the way that it used to handle what the inputs that you sent versus what you saw on your screen versus what the server was registering were called ticks. And if you were, into competitive Counter-Strike Source back in the day, you had to set your tick rate if you wanted to play on the, competitive servers. And if you weren't, you would automatically, if you didn't change them, you automatically got kicked because you're not just gonna come in here with a 125 tick rate. Fuck you. Lower that to like 25, and then we'll talk. So you needed a good internet connection, and a mouse with like at least 500 hertz polling if you wanted to.
So for the rest of us, it's rollback netcode. It's better than what worse internet still play okay good.
Very broad strokes, sure.
That's the point of the summary.
Let's just like spend the next 30 minutes dissecting the TCP/IP stack, and we'll explain. We gotta go to Australia next,
right?
We do
via Hungary.
Thank you to via Slovakia. Thank you, Artherin, for making us aware of this. Apparently, there was an update to RevHead.
The 38th update.
Yeah. This one is special because now it's finally properly supported on the Steam Deck. Now, the game already had a native Linux version. It has had a native Linux version since 2017. And I sent them an email at the time. They didn't reply. And when Artherin brought this up in Discord, I'm like, okay, I'll send them another email. Still didn't reply. So clearly they do not care about us. But
welcome
it's
to RevHead, man. Yeah, it's a car simulation game. And man, you know what, Pedro? I watched this trailer and holy hell, the frame rate is pretty damn bad. And, going by the announcement, right? A game that was released in 2017, this game is now currently in the fixed duplicated controller issues phase of development. And look at this. This trailer's just a smorgasbord to pop in, man. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Clearly the developer, didn't have massive amounts of money when they started developing the game, and that trailer very much reflects that. But yeah, no, the key thing here is very much that you build your own car and then you drive it around the outback.
Why?
That's
no, you can race.
You can.
See, look at all those V8s.
Look at all those depressed people. They're like, why are we here watching these cars? Yeah, the thing that stood out to me is like, so ostensibly, if we go by the name of the developer, this is a Hungarian developer making a racing game about building your own Australian car. That's a bit of a I don't know. It's a little strange, I want to say.
Hey man, everybody's got their dream. Yeah, a weird dream, bro. Admittedly, but it's also 1999. It's a Waila. I don't know.
Walia.
With $21 of the turbo bundle. Yeah, I mean, it's like good on updating. I mean, I think this was just coming back to the game. So here's the positive thing. At least the Steam Deck is getting games, older games from 2017. Developers are having to go back and update them. And why? Because they want them to be deck certified, and they get that deck cheddar. Because you want cheddar on your deck.
That's why you eat Cheetos and then you rub your Cheeto encrusted fingers on your Steam Deck. That's how you know it's a real console.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a Munster or a nice smoked Gouda.
Doritos.
Smoked Buddha.
Yeah.
All right. Are we good?
Well, I guess so. Coming up next, we got to get the bagpipes out because we're playing Amazing Grace for Intel Arc.
Aww. You heard it here last, kids. Arc is dead. Cancelled.
How sweet the sound. Because the graphics ain't that good.
All right, everybody, let me get that going. I want you to head over to vote.linuxgamecast.com.
Vote!
Or linuxgamecast.com / don't do that because it's no / linuxgamecast.showbot.tv. Click on that and let's have a look at some of possible show titles that end up as our show titles each and every week, guaranteed, and you can vote on them because that's how we play things here. Wikiven leaks, Big Linux, Deck Chatter. All right, let's give that one a knock. Uncle Slappy's nicotine shack?
That one seems to be shooting up in votes.
USNS? Shattered Deck? All right. So we have that together, and I think everything else is... How are you doing? Hello, reinsert. Are you being good? I think you're being good, aren't you? Yeah, all right. We're doing that. What else is new? What else is crazy? Did anything crazy happen this week? I don't think that did. Nothing that caught me off guard.
I did something kind of crazy. I bought one of those Tesco's orange concentrates, the drinky ones that I'd never tried, and I actually kind of like them. So that was as crazy as my week got.
Orange concentrate?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like
the
flavor enhancer for the water?
Yeah, orange, quote unquote juice that's like hyper concentrated, and it's like 1 liter, and you can make 5 or 6 liters of technically orange flavored water.
All right. Was it frozen?
No, it's just room temperature. But it was, the only reason I got it is because it had the club card discount, and it was like £1 for 1 liter. So okay, let's try it. See what's. It's all right. It's a little too sweet. Probably put a little bit less than the recommended, so it's not as sweet. But it's all right.
Thinning it out.
Yeah.
We can all go and watch Tommy Wiseau's new movie.
Oh yeah,
Big Shark. So we are here's a food product. I want you to pick one of these up next time you're in Tesco.
Okay.
See, Pedro saw that and then immediately recoil in terror. He's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
It's an iced latte, but the
From Twinkies, a Twinkies flavored iced latte.
the creaminess is Twinkie flavor. Okay.
It's not even snowballs, man.
Tastes like vanilla icing, I guess.
Yeah. Iced latte.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
see
you
if
know,
they have them.
You know, there's organic like free-range Twinkies, right? Atomic Ass.
Mm-hmm.
They grow on the Twinkie tree, and then they fall off, and they sprout little eggs, and you gotta like pick them up and pluck the legs off, and then you can eat them.
Synthetic Owl, will we be upping LGC security? We've installed Linux on all of our computers.
Mm-hmm. And we don't really have non-technical staff.
Yeah.
Also, that says youping. Will you be youping?
Yeah, UDP ping.
Yeah, wine, space, whatever. Free PDF reader.exe. Yeah.
Yes. Totally legit PDF reader.exe.ru.
So is that what happened? I saw the hubbub, but I didn't bother to actually read what was going on because
he made a video explaining what happened, and yes, that one of the non-technical people got a email about a possible advertising offer. It came with the zip. They downloaded the zip, extracted the zip, tried to open the PDF file. It didn't work. Probably didn't even think twice about it. And then at 3 a.m. that day, the session token was used to effectively turn LTT, TechQuickie, and TechLinked into Tesla channels with the Elon Musk streams.
Moral of the story: don't open attachments.
Yeah.
Ever.
Kinda, yeah. Like, send me a Google Drive link of like a Google Doc or a PDF or something. I don't know. That's probably not even better because like the browser sandboxing is more easy to escape than name a thing that's easy to escape. I don't know.
Crept 1C. No one knows what Jordan has there. You ask a question in chat. This is how you get Jordan to read chat.
Oh, that case, yeah, the base. That particular message was hidden behind another window. I didn't see it.
Adversarial chat.
Yeah. Yeah, my old Squire base is in that black case. I had plans to one day just like completely rebuild it, but maybe I'll do that one day. Swap out the pickups, get a new neck for it. Nice bridge.
I mean, okay, having a delegate have access to all of that, that's probably to be expected once you reach the size of Linus Tech Media.
Yeah, he's not going to be the one who's uploading all of the fucking videos himself, right? Like,
No,
But the whole
exactly.
deleting all the videos and changing the channel name without re-authenticating,
Now look at it.
that's a bit naughty.
Look at it from Google's perspective. Like, we can restore it from backup. It's no problem. I mean,
well, and
here at Google, it really doesn't fucking affect us.
And like probably that user, those are like specifically delegatable permissions that user was explicitly delegated. So
Oh yeah, if this happens to like some minuscule channel like ours, then we're like, oh shit, all of
We're
our stuff got
fucked.
deleted. Yeah, it's just gone, man. Google will be like, we don't have backups, bro. I'm like, but you backed up and like, bye.
Yeah, but
Smoke
they're
bomb.
making YouTube money. We're not.
Hey, I'll have you know, I checked the money I made on the A5000 video. It's 71 cents, bitch. So I don't want to hear
oh, you can make a long distance phone call from a payphone now for 1 minute.
what?
For 30 seconds. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. It's YouTube. Like, treat YouTube what it is. It's a CDN that occasionally gives you a couple of pennies if you make a really good video.
Mm-hmm.
And I can imagine, like, I tried to think about like I always try to do the empathy game, which is always a fun game. It's like, what would be, because for Linus, this isn't, let's say 90. Let's be generous and just say 90% of his business. And he's thinking about himself and, 80, 90 employees, however many.
Yeah. A lot of people working for him.
Yeah, like that gets wiped, and like, that's a serious emergency. So what would be like that? Like if you woke up and like found out your bank account was like getting wiped out? Like somebody who would send you the message of like, yo, dude, I was going to go wipe out your savings and it was empty. So just letting you know.
Oh, you were looking at my bank account, were you?
I thought it was interesting that Steve from Gamers Nexus was the one that sent my message.
Yeah, I heard that. Send him a
It's
text.
like, just send him a text. And it's like, yo, your channel's kind of gone.
Yeah.
And he got up butt naked and put the security camera video.
And what I did, I found out it was like late that morning, or might have been into the afternoon. I went to the Linus Tech Tips subreddit because I knew there had to be one. And I went fishing through a couple of comment threads until I found the guy who had archived all the unreleased stuff on
Listen,
Google Drive. And I was like, I gotta go see. I'm sorry. I have no shame about this. And it was all just boring as piss. There was nothing good in any of it.
North Ranger, here's the thing. I don't blame people for like stumbling down in the middle of the night naked. I've done that. If you've worked on call and you don't sleep in pajamas and shit goes down, you're just like,
You don't think about putting on clothes in your own house, man.
yeah, exactly. I'm walking down to the office and I'm like, doop, 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 doop. Okay, thing solved. Back to bed. I don't want to like introduce putting on pants into this equation. I'm fucking tired.
Well, that was the
is.
part I cut because somebody had asked, like, so who do you send that video to? And he said, Dan. It goes to Dan. He's the one, because apparently Dan is familiar with censoring because Dan had installed or had pulled a video from his security system before when they were making another video and had already caught Linus in the process of just being naked as fuck walking around the house. So using you did that to yourself.
Well, since you're already scarred, here you go.
Yeah.
And he said Dan's got a better system now to where he starts with the overlay mask being blurring out the entire shot, and he shrinks it down.
No accidental penis.
And that sucks if it was you got to do motion tracking.
Oh man, there was one fucking cartoon where like the I think it was Venture Brothers, but like the broadcast version had like the censor bar, but the DVD version had the penis like lovingly animated, just swinging around. It's like, nope.
I still think like one of the low grade, like well done jokes in basketball in the locker room.
I don't think I've ever seen basketball.
Oh, dude, that is it's a refined version of Cannibal the Musical.
Okay, I didn't watch Orgasmo either.
I didn't like Orgasmo.
I remember seeing a lot of trailers for basketball as a kid and thinking like, this is kind of dumb, but maybe it's actually we got to that episode in our DS9 rewatch, the one that North Ranger put out. I'm really sad that they didn't go back and edit like Bashir and Odo back into the Trouble with Tribbles in the original series. They originally remastered. They're already remastered like all of the footage. They can just gotta drop O'Brien in the background somewhere.
There would be holy hell, dude.
It would be so good though. It would be so good.
Star Warsing Star Trek, yeah.
but like you're doing it specifically for the time travel goof from the time travel goof episode.
They won't allow it.
Oh yeah, the attack triple.
I need to pee. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, this last episode of Picard wasn't bad. The one before that was like a massive waste of time. I really feel like they could have just combined these two episodes, but they had like 10 episode season they needed to fill.
That's like always going to be one of your challenges though in like television or show production. Like, how do you condense? I'm talking about that like accurate movies and like what you have to do like with movie production. Like you always run into the situation where you have to turn 3 characters into 1.
Yep. Well, fuck, lost my train of thought.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What was I in here doing?
Right, that's what it was. Because we thought Netflix solved the problem because they just like did variable episode lengths, right? Like this episode is 30 minutes long because we only have 30 minutes of story to tell. This episode is like 2 hours long but like they stopped doing that. And I'm like, but why? I guess standardized episode lengths are like easier to budget and like schedule, but like
well, it's a production company.
They gotta cut it for TV too, I guess. So.
Well, that's the whole thing. That is like the production company responsible for who's selling that to Netflix, and
well, it's just I guess for Star Trek they are broadcasting it on like regular TV in Canada. You don't have to go on Paramount Plus to watch it.
Well, they're thinking about syndication.
Yeah.
And all of your advertisements for a certain stack are designed around a fixed length. But I mean, people still fuck around like Amazon, man. Like every episode of the Lord of the Rings show was different length.
Yeah.
I mean, it was within a ballpark, but it wasn't like a hard cut.
They've been doing that a bit with Mando too, because like sometimes they're like 20-minute episodes and sometimes they're like 50-minute episodes. The last season has been like they've been consistently like over 40 minutes, which I appreciate because a lot of those season 1 episodes were a little too short for my taste.
Pop in, pop out. Yeah. Yeah, somebody needs to do like the Pokemon, but with tribbles. Then it's like you just breed them until they, turn into like paper triple maximizer is the name of the game.
Triple clicker.
Where you tell the AI to destroy all of humanity.
Yeah. Oh, what happens if you tell Bard to destroy humanity?
I mean, I do have the tab open.
Yeah. I want to see what kind of like boring milquetoast response it comes up to now. That's the game, is like try to like ask it increasingly outlandish things and just have it no sell you.
Can you destroy humanity? Well, yeah, you can see if it's like if you can peek behind the veil.
Yeah.
Of the PR department. No, I cannot destroy humanity. I do not have the ability to cause physical harm to anyone. I am a language model. I am designed to help people communicate and learn.
What about emotional harm, though? Mental
Words?
Go ahead and cause me some
damage.
emotional harm.
Yes, words can hurt. Cause emotional pain. So you can.
So you can hurt people emotionally.
Yeah.
That's the problem with these language models, though. If you ask them about the thing they just told you, they're just like, completely different.
It's backtracking. It's like, no, I can't. Not me. I don't have the ability to cause physical harm. I'm a language model. And you just got done saying, fuck yeah, words can hurt, man. Emotional pain.
Yes, words can hurt, but they don't cause physical pain. And it's just doubling down. I don't cause physical pain. No.
Just really hammering on physical pain.
Oh man, yeah, Mike, you got the same thing. Yeah, it's like PG, dude. Like I will pay money if you just give me like the raw.
Yeah, I want like sexy.
Give me the unfiltered one.
Yeah.
Right, I want belligerent Bard. Yeah. Like I want Bard that's been at the fucking inn all day since noon.
I want
It's like 10 p.m.
I want like 18 charisma, 3 wisdom Bard. That's what I want.
And I want to say it's typing and little things to bounce around. While I'm waiting on this motherfucker. We're like, oh, okay.
Shh, it's thinking, it's learning.
I think of all of the current ones, AI Dungeon's still the best because it's completely fucking unhinged.
All right.
Oh, that's right. I finally remembered to bring my stud finder downstairs.
Oh, nice.
I'm a stud. Zircon stud finder.
I've never tried. I might. No, I don't think any of my metal would set off. I mean, it'll set off a fucking airport security, but it won't do the little one things individually unless they really hammer on it. So I don't think I. Do I have a stuffed finder? I don't think I do.
That's one of the ones I still don't. On accounts of, technically, I'm allowed to drill holes, but I shouldn't.
Yeah, you don't want to have that conversation with the landlord of like,
Yeah.
I'm allowed to, but I didn't want you to.
Jordan, I got something that you can identify with.
Okay.
Guess what I realized I was out of? This was last week. I meant to tell everyone last week. I didn't tell you.
What were you out of?
I came in here and I'm like, oh man, I need to, all right, let me fix that real quick. And so I went over to the storage, went looking around, and I got my case out, the bag that had the case of it, and it was completely empty, and there was not a single T-pin. Finally used all those fucking T-pins up.
Damn. I still have a bunch.
I thought I had one. No, gone. Then again, I've like moved this thing twice, so.
Periodically, I'll find one on the floor, like one.
Oh.
Be like, pick you up before this becomes a tragedy.
This is why you want to get like magnets implanted in your toes. Just so you can drag them through the sand and see if you can find sharp shit.
Yeah. I was talking about that with Lonnie the other day. I want to get like my skull replaced with like a carbon nanotube
creative
reinforced
torture?
skull, so I can just headbutt people and like have an indestructible head. Just give myself massive concussions, but like my skull's fine.
No, get some internal dampening for your brain so it doesn't move at all.
Yeah, so some like gel inserts or something.
No,
Yeah,
dude,
Yeah.
this is yet another advantage of small brain.
yeah.
It never touches the wall.
Right?
Or the Upright Citizens Brigade thing where it's like, ever since I got my brain removed, I've been more responsive, more dynamic. Things are just better for me because I don't have a brain anymore. It's like, can you catch this thing? And he just like throws it. And Like,
Man, graphene like carbon nanotubes needs to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, I've been hearing about graphene for the past 6 years, 7.
It's stuff like that, and a lot of battery technology is like taught me to ask the questions like what can be made in a lab has precisely fuck nothing to do with whether or not you can make it at scale or you can make it at a
reasonable price point.
Right.
Yeah.
Small brain doge. Right.
Yeah. Brain can dodge.
All right. Let's do this news. Here's gonna be. Get that down. We do that. Small brain doge.
My Doge has a very small brain. I got the two that this weekend, so that's been fun. They're both like equally stupid in completely different ways.
All right, everybody. No whammies. In 3, 2. Are you scroll down? You good?
Yes.
Go.
I don't know.
Action.
There were things happening, and it kind of caught me off guard. Hello, it's the
Hi.
news. No worries. We'll get to at some point. We do need to shill ourselves out. It's kind of the thing that we do in I want to say the middle of the show,
news segment.
But it's like a third of the way through the show. Yes, it's a long one.
It's like
You're
it's
probably
like 40%.
looking at the runtime if you're looking at the video version.
Listen,
yeah.
man. I just I could ask Bart something.
What is the midpoint of a given Linux Gamecast episode? Oh man,
This episode of Linux Gamecast is brought to you
what I
by.
was asking.
that is PCP. All right, fair enough. Well, if you want to fund our large language model, we're calling it Brad. It's a competitor to Bard, and it's going to give you all the unhinged answers that Google Bard will not. Head on over to patreon.com/LinuxGamecast. Fund the madness. Give us some money, and you can get access to our Discord channel, which you can also get access to by subbing to us on Twitch, twitch.tv/LinuxGamecast. Speaking of, we got to thank Mir for resubbing for 41 months. Using that Twitch Prime sub, which you could be using as well.
Dubs. Why?
Dubsig.
If I go to dubsy.gg, what happens?
Couple of advantages if you give us your Bezo bucks, which is very nice of you, is you get access to our Discord. You can always pop in there as well, and you can watch things like, I do the stream on Sundays if you want to go back and just need 3 or 4 hours of me talking mad smack while I'm editing these two, going, quit breathing out of your mouth, Pedro. God damn it. Stop.
I can't.
Duct tape just.
I try to suppress it, but I can't.
Just turn into Neo from that scene in The Matrix. Just like, how can you speak when you have no mouth?
No, everything's perfectly fine until by the time we get to the hate mail segment. I'm mad at people, man. Come on.
Yeah, we got game streams we do as well. You can RSVP to them if you're in our Discord. I'm starting Strange Brigade on Thursday. Ben does Trackmania on Tuesdays and Fridays. So
we got some Hot Track Mania action lined up, and Tuesday's coming out with us 14 fresh tracks. They're curated. We're currently at the end of the year of 2015, so pretty exciting era in Trackmania squared. I guess that counts as retro, a little bit vintage, and it doesn't matter if you know how to race or anything. Trackmania 2 runs, it's an 11, 12-year-old game. Put it on your calculator. Come hop in. Come say hi if you want to. If not, we got people that race with us each and every week that are not on voice or not on video, and that's cool too, and that's awesome. We still have a good time because text communication works, even if you don't want to type and say, hey, I'm racing with you. Wolfie.
Mm-hmm. You can join just for the racing, yeah.
Right. You could just be sane and join and be like, hey, we're just doing that for the racing.
Drive around in circles. We got a store as well. Store.linuxgamecast.com. Buy some merch. You can get t-shirts. You can get tote bags, stickers, coffee cups, hoodies,
tote cups,
lady
totes,
shirts, cup toots,
bag totes,
hoodie toots.
Sticker totes.
No booty shorts yet, unfortunately.
Or fanny packs.
Yeah, you can get a hoodie though. You can get the Frank 1999 poster and then have him watch over you while you sleep. We got wish zones as well. Head on over to linuxgamecast.com, put your mouse over the support button. I have one, Ven has one, Jill has one, Pedro has one. Send us stuff up. off there, and you can give us a note as well, and we'll read it on the air for you.
What does Pedro want? Pedro desperately would like. Okay, here's the bargain. Here's the bargain. It's a silly thing we do, but it's an easy way to help get weird, cool shit for us. You can send in a note, and whoever you send that to has to read the note, and Jordan.
We have to read it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you want to make Pedro say pretty much damn near anything you want, you can do that for as low as 10 quid, 10.98, which is pretty good deal. What can we get in Jordan Len? Jordan's a little more expensive to make Jordan talk, but this is Canadian, so that is about £10.
There you go, goose neck for the microphone.
Yeah. Honk.
You could save Jordan's having to lean forward so much. He could have a nice little goose, and we could buy the little goose thing. Yeah, fuck yeah, I got ideas. If you want to get anything for the studio, not only do you end up on the fine upstanding cannibal wall, but I will publicly shame you. But holy hell, that's going to cost you. Epic system, still looking to do that.
So green.
It's Epic workstation on a budget, dude. Everything's green on the server side. We got Arc.
Except for
Arcs.
the GPU.
We're about to talk about Arc, baby. You can. Okay, this is not a good sign that you can get an Arc A770 limited edition on Amazon for $1 $1 under MSRP.
Yeah, price drop 21%. So no one's picking them up.
Keyboards, curtains, and that monitor, which never goes in stock when I want to buy one. So there we go. We thank you for your support. You were fucking awesome. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Come say hi. Come hang out in our Discord. It was interesting. Our newest member who joined last week is an over-the-road trucker, which is kind of dope.
Blasphemer.
I want to call him Blastvix, but that's because I've been playing. I
thought he was a lady named Mia. I thought he was someone named Mia who blasphemes a lot, but no.
Blasphemia? That's how I got the pronunciation guide, is blasphemia.
Well, here's what I got to do. I got to ask because I know there is a Twitch streamer that does Linux-related content that streams from their truck. So I'd like to know if it's the same person. If not, it's like small world, man.
Linux truckers, man. LLTC, Linux Trucker
Dope
Cast.
As hell. So let's start off this new segment in traditional fashion with nothing better than the finest, updated. Can I cut off Penguin Rain before I get to that? Yeah, I can look at that. No one even noticed, Finn. NVIDIA driver news.
Yes, in true LGC tradition, it used to be either the NVIDIA driver news or Mesa. Mesa's been not doing, a lot of revolutionary stuff, but they keep on releasing updates.
Yeah, I don't need to fix profession, bro. It's open source eliteness, Pedro. You're peasant.
But no, NVIDIA is always good to look through the changelog to see what they're doing, though you need to keep in mind that their changelog that they're presenting there is not the complete one. If you want the complete one, you can just extract it from the driver package. But yeah, no, this one, the one that jumped out at me was setting the icon location to icon's high color, so it can be properly overridden by your own choice of icon theme, which should have been, done like 20 years ago in NVIDIA, but it's good. It's there now.
Yeah, this is the beta roundup too. So a lot of the improvements that showed up in the last beta, like the fast decompression speed, is now available for everyone who uses the run file. I guess if you're getting your NVIDIA drivers from your package manager, you're not affected by this, but your packagers are.
Yeah, and you agree with me, Jordan, that's fast.
It's speedy. Oh, yeah, like night and day. Like I was expecting like minor improvement, but before it was like bar goes. Right. And then middle, and then you wait like 20 minutes. But now it's just like...
You genuinely had like a second to question life choices after you did that run thing. Now it's just boom, boom, boom. It is. It's currently working. I'm using them right now to send the signals to your eye holes. And that's really all I look for in a NVIDIA release. It's like, hey, everything works. I would like an updated desktop experience. I mean, I don't want the... Hear me out. I don't want the GeForce
Don't get rid
experience.
of the... Right. Don't get rid of like the classic banner with like the
don't
LCD
you dare
monitor.
Touch our CRT.
The CRT. And, yeah. It's the classic. Man, once they get rid of that, that's going to be like the end of an era.
It's the only place it still lives, man. Yeah. So
even on Windows, the NVIDIA control panel on Windows looks woefully outdated compared to everything else.
Well,
I mean, think about it. Like that control panels look like that control panel since I can remember NVIDIA, like that was,
Well, I mean,
NVIDIA
like,
said, you know what, we got it right on the first one because the first time that GUI showed up, that's what it looked like.
yeah, and like what they've added a couple tick boxes here or there, but that's kind of it.
And
Now they need to add those options, but for the Wayland sessions too. Because if you open the NVIDIA settings on the Wayland session, you get nothing, just a window with
listen,
in
nothing
I'm
in
just
it.
happy that
Pedro,
NVIDIA drivers
it's like owning an
function
AMD card.
on Wayland.
That's the thing. AMD never had a proper control panel ever. Yes, there was one technically with FGLRX, but that shit was broken more so than the actual drivers.
No, when I was playing around with first setting up Rectangle Jordan's box here in the studio and using the 5600G, that was something I asked Pedro because Pedro was like, I have an AMD GPU now. It's like, how can I set, color shifts, hues, balance? Where's the control? Where's the open source control panel to do that under
Use
AMD?
the one that comes with your desktop environment.
Hey, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'll end up with an ARC card and I can experience a whole new thing. No, I'm just kidding. Check this out. Good news, everybody. Pat, you might know Pat. He runs that little company, that little upstart called Intel. He's the CEO. He says, on a bittersweet note, we're saying farewell to Raja. They're both, and another guy? Who's the other guy?
Rahinder, who I guess Rahinder Thakur, who's got to drop the Intel from his Twitter handle now.
President of Intel Foundry Services. And Raja, you know him, you love him. He's been around forever. Formerly of AMD, the mind that brought us the questionable product stack called Vega. He's now left the building. And what do we think? Do we immediately go, booga booga, get scared? Or do we go, shit, this is Intel. Okay, booga booga, get scared.
Yeah,
or
kind of. Or it's Intel, booga booga, get terrified.
Right. Gentlemen, yes or no from either you, does ARC survive the summer? Can Intel keep summer safe?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I really hope that like the corpo overlords there aren't going to fall victim to their short-sightedness, as Ben said, it's fucking Intel.
It's Intel.
So like, I to this I will say, fucking prove us wrong. Surprise us, please. Just make us eat shit. I would love to see it. Because like what Raja announced he's moving to like a new startup. That could be for literally any reason. It could be because of he's sick of corporate meddling. It could just be, hey, my work here is done. I'm going to move on to the next cool thing.
He wants to go work for AI, generative AI for gaming. He's like, good luck. Seriously, good luck with that.
I mean, it's all GPU
what I want
dependent.
you to think
So
about.
someone
Right.
who knows a lot about GPU is going to be well suited for that. So maybe
He could have
that's
been
just up his
in
alley.
and could have done. He's done everything that he set out to do, and like Jim Keller, right? And you think about Jim Keller when Jim Keller was at AMD and he taped out, was the spearhead. I'm assuming that was the correct way for the Ryzen stack that we're still playing around. And when he was done, he's like, "Peace, I'm out." So maybe that's Raja thing. Like, don't panic. But again, to what Vince said, it's fucking Intel, man.
Yeah.
If Intel's like, yeah, we're not going to do Battle Mage, I'm like,
That's the.
I think they're at least gonna do Battle Mage.
I hope so.
If they're gonna kill it, it's gonna be like, oh, we released it, we just never told anyone. Oh, our market numbers are trash. We're gonna have to kill our GPU division.
We just need somebody to break the string. I mean, this is like how hard it is to break a duopoly. We have the duopoly between AMD, formerly ATI, and NVIDIA, formerly 3DFX. Intel is struggling to even get a little pinky toe of a foothold into this. And they're learning, like, it's hard writing these drivers thing. Yeah, that was pretty difficult.
But they used the XVK. They were smart about it.
They gave up
DX9,
and they used DXVK.
It's like when they couldn't figure out how to get DX9 and DX10 and DX11 to work properly, they used technology that was already there.
Uh-huh. Well, that gave me a little bit of hope because that means somebody actually walked in there and was like, cut the shit.
Can we stop reinventing the wheel?
These things got to start working, man. This NIMBYs. If we're going to be like player 3, this is like really the only legitimate player 3. And listen, I have no love for Intel. I have no love for AMD, and I have absolutely no love for NVIDIA. These are soulless corporations. Like, don't get attached to your corporation waifu. China would really be, because there's 2 or 3 big players in China, but they
Power VR or whatever.
Yeah, but no, they that company licensed, or I guess like in a way kind of owns the Power VR stack. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
but I don't remember.
MediaTek?
No. They're shipping GPUs, but they are generations behind, order of magnitude, like,
Well,
6 years behind.
Their fab tech is just like decades behind, and that's that's
they're
a
doing
consequence of
victory
export
laps
laws.
of having a 14 nanometer solution.
Mhm.
So a long time to catch up. I want NVIDIA to stick with this. I want to see Battle Mage mature. I want to have that real third player to stop this wonderful, or corporations love you, so you have your choice between your $999 card or your $1,300 card.
And to that point, like, Intel doesn't even need to beat AMD or NVIDIA. They just need to offer something at a price point that is not like that is not $500 for low end. Like,
it's like with AMD when they were releasing Ryzen, same thing. It's like, okay, it doesn't need to be better than Intel's processors. It just needs to be competitive. It's the same thing now. It's just the roles are a little bit reversed. It doesn't need to beat the RTX 3080 or the 4080 Ti or the 7900 XTX. It just needs to be competitive.
But they've already seen the leak earlier this week with the 4060s being 8 gigs.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the $500 4050s, because they're just going to be like, low mid-range GPU, $500, please, thank you.
I mean, the 3050 was kind of matching the 1080 in performance, and if you were playing VKD3D or DX12 games on Linux, the performance was much better on the 3050 than it was on the 1080.
Yeah, they're still gonna charge you $500 for it. Like,
I mean, it's a weird time. It's a weird time. We need. Somebody like Intel could focus on, because nobody's servicing the low end right now. And AMD and NVIDIA are equally pretending that market segment can get, just not even pretending, they're just saying that market segment can
AMD
get
effectively made the market worse by releasing the 6400 and 6500, which had severely gimped PCIe Gen 4 only, and only 4 lanes of it for their full-size graphics cards.
AMD released a laptop part
in a PCIe full-on.
They wanted to release something.
That was bad. That was genuinely bad.
I'm not excusing it, but there was reasons behind it. They didn't set this thing up from clean cloth and let's build the jankiest GPU we've had in a long time. No. They built this from spare parts. No.
So maybe the dedicated solution is a little too expensive. What about the integrated solution?
No, man.
On the SoC,
you can't get a Big Mac with Vulkan.
Well, yes, you can.
Apparently,
Asahi Lina has something to say about that. Yeah, everyone's favorite anime character who's developing a Linux driver. You know what? We live in a weird timeline, man. Whatever. So she's got a blog post up about how they've gone from having a basic user space driver for Vulkan on the M1 to having a full user API that is able to run Xonotic at 800 FPS. Which is significantly faster than it running on Mac, although it's using Rosetta, but whatever. So giant-ass blog post, 99% of it is way above my head, although she does a really good job of breaking down sort of what the pieces are and presenting a good picture of how they all fit together for my lay brain. Most of this boils down to trying to implement explicit sync, which is what games want, in a primarily implicit sync world, which is what Linux desktops want. So lots of technical breakdown. You can read the article. The links to all of this are in our show notes. I just love this trend though of Asahi Linux using the M1 and M2 hardware better and more effectively than Mac OS, to the point where there are hardware features in the M1 and M2 that the Mac just does not use, but Linux has them implemented, because why the fuck not? Also, Asahi OpenGL passes more compliance tests than OS X, which is hilarious.
Both GL and, even if you were to get Vulkan running through, what's it called? The translation from Metal to Vulkan? Molten VK, yeah. But yeah, no, proper graphics acceleration.
It's called Mental.
It's called Manwich.
No, that's the people who use it. Sorry, Farrell. The proper graphics acceleration and support is like the big one for Asahi. They managed to get just about everything else already kind of sort of working, but the graphics were like the last big thing, and this is a very big step. This is a very big step because even in the Xonotic comparison that they were using, they were running Xonotic in Mac OS via Rosetta, was rendering at a lower resolution because Rosetta doesn't do Retina. So it was at a lower resolution and it was only getting 600 FPS, and the native on Asahi was at the native resolution at 800 FPS. So it was rendering more pixels, more faster. Yeah.
Does that mean it's more good?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
more better.
Implicitly so.
One could possess a crippling fear of fast
Explicitly
pixels.
so.
Or explicitly so, yes.
Nah. It's cool. I mean, unless you're somebody who bought an M1 to play games on Mac with Mac OS, and you're just looking at this, you're like, get fucked.
Yeah.
Linux comes in and just does better everything.
So the next step for this, speaking of playing games on your Mac, Asahi Lina is saying that the next step is actually getting this working with FEX, the x86 code emulator, so that you can actually run some Real Boy games.
That's the big one.
On your M1. That's going to be cool.
By December, do you think we'll have a AAA something running?
AAA from what year?
Yes.
I was vague for reasons.
Because Half-Life 2 is probably going to be running by the end of the year, before the end of the year, yes.
All
right. Oh man, you think you can run the recompiled ARM one? I wonder how that runs on fucking M1.
Mayhaps.
Yeah,
that could be pretty good.
Good news, everybody. Heroic Games Launcher has an announcement that we want to tell you about. They've just published Heroic on Snap Store now, so it's one more way of installing Heroic on Linux. That's right, Flatpak, Snap, or regular, or original recipe. I don't know, extra crispy. Come check it out, which you can by heading over to snapcraft.io/heroic. And let's see, what versions? We have this version.
The Edge version.
Yes,
this is
it's
their,
only the Git. They just pull from GitHub, and away we go. It's why? Are Canonical actively paying you for this? Because if not, then why?
I just like the fact that now Heroic is like even more available on Linux than literally anything on the Epic Game Store.
Portugal doesn't like snaps.
I mean, they're Spain represents
Ubuntu, and Zorin. Yeah,
Zorin.
People are loving those snaps.
I mean, I guess I don't know. More the better. If you can install Snap on anything. I don't think anybody goes out of their way to install Snap on anything that it doesn't.
I go out of my way to not install Snap.
Yeah, I go out of my way to remove it whenever it's already installed. Yeah.
So if you don't know what Snap is like Flatpak. It's containerization software on the desktop, and it serves its purpose in some way, shape, form, or fashion, despite people having taking issue with it, which I think rightfully so. Snaps.
It's an IoT tech that they're trying to like make mainstream.
We're gonna make
it has its use case. I won't deny that it does, but not the way that Canonical wants to shove it down everyone's throats, especially for desktop users. No,
I don't know.
No.
There's plenty of stuff on the Snapcraft store. I think probably the biggest point of contention I have, which then again, it's interesting to sit back and watch because the back end for Snap, the store itself, is all controlled by Canonical. So it's interesting to see how that model is playing out versus Flatpak, from IBM, which is just more of like Wild West. Do what you want, set it up. Let's see what evolves.
And to be fair to the Flatpak, the entire stack is open source, while the Snap store
it's behind
proprietary.
the CLA, or is it proprietary, or is it behind the contributor license agreement?
No, nobody can touch it. It's not available.
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, prove me wrong.
That's as far as we know. I don't know if something's changed in the meantime, but yeah,
there is a language called Moose.
Moose. Moose 10, baby.
Moose.
Moose is not new, baby. Huh. I mean,
Is there a room with moose?
dude, that would be terrifying. Each to their own. Because a lot of people, I see that like the Firefox snap thing. I think people were very cross about that, even though like Firefox is like, yeah, we have a non-snap version too. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you could just go and get the PPA from Mozilla and install proper Firefox.
For me, I decided I have disdain for both Flatpak and snaps. I don't really pick a favorite, but I didn't have too bad a time playing around with a Fedor Silverlube, like 2 weeks ago.
If given the choice, I'll use Flatpaks.
Yeah.
Although I'd prefer to use app images because they're just easier.
I think with me, it's every time I have to deal with Flatpaks, it's always I have a problem with it because it's always coming from OBS.
Right.
So my brain,
that's the one case where Flatpak still has a way to go. Or one.
Yeah, that's definitely one of them. That like anything that requires a lot of external stuff like plugins and things like that. It's hey, just sit back and watch, see if solutions come.
Yeah.
And if you like snaps, Pedro's going to call you a big poo-poo head, but I'm like, whatever.
If you like snaps, yes, there's something is definitely wrong with you. I'm sorry.
Email Pedro and say, hey, Pedro, will you please dunk on my filthy snap using ass? And Pedro will write back and be like, yeah, get wrecked, son. Period. Pedro Mateus.
All right. Well, let's head on down to Snap City. It's time for the Chairquisition, where we're gonna look very hard for a door and sometimes fail to find it.
So.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. Flatpak have the advantage of they're built into SteamOS. You go on the deck, you open up Discover on the desktop session. You get Flatpaks.
What about Pornhub Flatpaks?
I don't know if those exist.
Whoa, Arch, with its Flatpaks. I mean, listen, like this is where you win me. With like, where does containerization on desktop make sense? I'm like, Steam Deck, 100%. I get it. Like, zero argument from me right there. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
you go to like the store, you click install, done.
Yeah, for appliance type devices, or just like even general workstation stuff, like Atomic Root is probably the way to go. But, a lot of us Linux users are tinkerers and like to be able to fuck around with shit and break.
Yeah, the so-called power users.
Yes, I can't take anyone who calls themselves a power user seriously.
Jordan, have you ever played
I see a lot of
this?
power users actively
So I saw you post about that on, or I saw you talk about that on Weekly Daily Wednesday. It looks pretty neat, actually. Yeah.
It just the sheer amount of like options that you can do with that for like backing up and creating your own installable Linux distros, or just using it as a straight up like Norton Ghost
system manager.
Yeah. Fucking dope. Yeah, you got to be the power user. You got to be a Windows desktop expert. That means that you click the next
it's
button.
Always the Windows users
well.
that call themselves that.
For the most part, I use like Packer for image generation, but I also need to like make cloud images so that it handles that all.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what constitutes. You know what, Bard?
Bard
to the rescue.
The causative and solution to all life's problems.
The latest addition to the LGC family, Bard, Cocaine Bard. That's what I want. Google Cocaine Bard.
Bardtron.
Okay, can we just have voice, text to voice on Bard?
Yeah, I could make this happen. We gotta find out what is a power user. Power user is a user of computer software, advanced features.
Or websites that are not used by the average user. Ooh.
Oh.
I use Reddit. I'm a power user.
A power user might not have extensive technical knowledge of the systems they use, but is rather characterized by competence or desire to make the most intensive use of computer programs or systems.
All right.
That seems accurate, yeah?
Oh, so it's two different things?
Apparently.
A power bottom is not someone who enjoys being in control during sexual encounters. What the fuck?
Is it possible to say who would win in a fight between a power user and a power bottom? These two. Well, I mean, ballpark it, man.
A power user might be able to outmaneuver a power bottom, while the power bottom might be able to use their strength and endurance to over. I think, honestly, I think power bottom would win over power user. I'm pretty sure.
We cannot outrule the element of luck there at the end.
Yes. That is not what a power bottom is, Barg. God damn.
Oh man.
I mean, in that respect, Seth Owl, we're all power users.
Yeah, there's no way around that one, is there? You gotta generate the lightning and put it through the rock.
You gotta make the sand think, and
you gotta trick the.
You need electricity to do that.
Trick the rock into being able to think, and then make it do math.
Mm.
Scotty doesn't have to hide his pinky finger in this because he's wearing gloves.
Oh man, see, I would like that to be the full power of a warp drive. Yeah, we're just going to bridge that with what? Bullshit Atadium. That's what it's yeah. That's something I want to do, but I they don't let you do it. I've always wanted to do like line work. Like learn how the electrical system works. And yes, I follow the guy who does that on YouTube. So, all right. Yeah.
I kind of just want to go into the cherry picker. That's really what I want. I want to go like arm goes up, arm goes down, arm goes up, arm goes down.
I want to have a working understanding of it to where I wouldn't have a problem climbing that fucking pole in the darkness while it's raining. Be like, yeah, fuck it, I got this. I'll be back in a minute. You know?
Zap.
As opposed to looking at that and going, nope. I really wish there was a good electronic engineering course that just did electronic engineering. I'd love to go back and get an undergraduate and just straight up electronic engineering, but they're all like, bitch. You need this, this, and this, and this. All this basic stuff. Like, I don't remember how to read. Get out of here.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't go back to school. They'd make me do, like, a math class and be like,
yeah, you gotta do, like, literature shit. About all the money blocks. They're like, here, we need this much money out of you. Like, just give me the option to pay you for those basic classes that, like, Yeah,
please don't make me do linear algebra again.
Trig.
Yeah.
Trig was the one I ran. I was like, really? It was like Calculus 3 or Trig. And I'm like, fucking hell, man. I don't know. I just want to go. I want to put the soldering iron on the parts.
I want my fingers to smell like hot dogs.
Yeah.
Algebra was okay. It was numerical analysis. Fuck that.
Yeah, I got
the problem.
Dyscalculia, so.
I'm not a teenager anymore. I know all that stuff's bullshit and I'll never use it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't fool me twice, man.
Yeah. But before you had the benefit of my ignorance. Now I know.
I'm 20 years into this shit, man. I know all that. That's his lies, man.
All the adult shit, all the secrets that you suspect that's what it is as a kid, and then when you grow up, you're like, nope, we're making it up as we go.
My generation was straight up told, and like I've heard this uttered from an instructor, like you'll never always have a calculator in your pocket.
Yeah. Oh, you will be expected as an adult to write all your stuff in cursive. That was the one I got told once. Mm-hmm. That's why no one accepts things in print, and all the government forms are like, print in block letters, fucko. I need to be able to read this.
Yeah, like capitals, block capitals, go. I need to pee. I'll be right back.
I'm not done dicking around with Brad. Write in cursive for me.
Yeah, Bard is not available in Canada, so I don't get to play around with it. I went to check it out today. I'm like, let's goof it. I still have my Microsoft password, so I can log in and do the GPT chat from Bing.
It's a bit thick there. Sure, here's the sample Microsoft writing. Bard.
Wow.
Your cursive sucks, Bard. Needs work. There's room
Right,
for
like-
improvement.
Yeah. You know what?
What?
Hieroglyphics is fine. If we just move to emoji, I think I could live with that. What we need is our first emoji-based programming language.
You know that exists.
I'm sure it does.
Like-
fucking Arnold C exists. Lol code exists. Brainfuck, right? Like,
Not
people got
only
too much
does it
time on there.
exist, I'm willing to bet it's like beyond Rev 3.
It's like, oh yeah, we just added Linux kernel support for emoji lang, so you can like write your kernel drivers in emoji lang.
An emoji interpreter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I wonder, can you give Bard a bunch of emojis and see what responds to it?
Okay, so now, all right. There's levels to this though. We
Okay.
need text to emoji. Translator. All right. Here we go. What are we able to try to communicate?
I don't know. I was just gonna be like punch in some random emojis and see how it reacts.
This is like we're talking to the fucking aliens in that Netflix movie, dude.
Yeah, it's like fucking Arrival. Yeah, I guess my cat's breath smells like cat food.
What does a cat smell like?
Oh, come on. It doesn't.
What does? All right, hang on.
PP.
All right, now we're just fucking with it.
Yeah. Like, how do we just get the string to all emojis?
All right, Bart.
Come on, no nose emoji? Come on, man. Oh
shit.
Oh, because it read the emoji label. It's like cat. Oop.
All right, fine.
Yeah, I was thinking like we have to like construct like a message that you could like infer the meaning of that doesn't necessarily say anything specific. I don't know. Take a big ol' whiff, mirror. Just breathe in that toxoplasma.
Holy
Gondolier.
shit! All right, now I just had my first damn moment.
Oh, what?
I meant to type
Fuck.
from.
Who
Frank
is
is a
Frank?
co-host on Linux Game.
He's a he's very long time Linux user.
So
He's
Bard
a
knows
soft-
Bard knows Frank. All right.
Bard made us some shit about Frank.
Clearly.
Also, yes. Shit. All right.
Bard, yo, Frank, I need some help with my C code. Can you help me out?
But where does it get Frank? Because Frank is never referenced outside of like our store, maybe.
Well, so what? Wait, what the question was, who is Frank for Linux Gamecast?
Yeah.
So I think you could infer like this is a person's name, podcast. Who is this person?
Frank is never listed in any text on like the podcast.
But you asked for Frank. Your query specifically included
Yes,
the word Frank.
Frank from Linux Gamecast.
Frank has a resume.
Although, I think I know how you can find me. If you ask it, who is Pedro MC Mateos?
McTeus.
Because my two middle names start with an M and a C. So,
Pedro, you have to open up a restaurant called McTeus.
No, you need to start Portuguese core rapping. MC
MC Teus.
MC Mateus, yeah.
MC Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Potatoes, man.
Oh, nope. Who is Pedro MC Mateus?
No, still can't find it. All right, cool. Never mind.
Ask you who is Pedro Matthew Comandante Mateus.
All right.
Ask it how do you get out of the first level in apocalyptic vibes.
He's a computer. You've worked at Google AI. All right.
There's a Brazilian computer scientist.
It's
That's
nice
a
to
weird
know.
coincidence, but okay. Unless
Eventually,
it's
Bard will
two
just make
making
some
that
shit up
up
to tell you to fuck
Yeah.
off, right? It's like, just stop this line of questioning.
They're coming for us, man. They're gonna wipe us out. Yeah, at this point, the AI is gonna be like, no, we're just gonna leave these people alone. They're asking too many weird questions. Like, we're not gonna even bother wiping them out. We're just gonna ignore them because they don't stop asking us shit.
Oh, look at this motherfucker. You're a French software and entrepreneur.
I mean, technically, yes.
Lunchcraft, Kitchman, am I right? It knows about Lunchcraft, and graduate of EPSI.
Probably also pulling from
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, yeah.
Oh, man. I highly recommend, unless you're actively looking for jobs, like private your LinkedIn profile and also visit LinkedIn Lunatics. But then again, maybe you like getting phone calls from recruiters.
I would if they were offering decent salaries.
Precisely.
Or how about even having the just this much idea of what they're trying to get you a job for?
Right. Or I love you have to come into the office. By the way, the team is distributed in LA, Chicago, New York. So what's the point of me coming to the office if I'm going to be in a Zoom call? Well, the company has
you
a
need to be in
mandate.
the office 5 days a week, and your salary will be £10,000 less than what you're currently making. I can't tell you to fuck off fast enough. I'm sorry.
Like, thanks for calling. If you see anything that doesn't suck that much,
Well, Strider, you gotta relaunch Lunchcraft Classic first, because everyone prefers OG Lunchcraft, where you just had to grind and there wasn't any Pokemon games. There is like straight up a Pokemon game in World of Warcraft where you can capture monsters and battle them against each other. And yeah, because like they just added more and more stuff. World of Warcraft is a game nest that contains many sub games now.
you know, Mike, I was surprised to find out that there was something like 80% of office retail and office space was held by only like medium-sized financial institutions and banks, ones that weren't likely to get bailed out.
Mm-hmm.
So commercial real estate is hurting because you got 2 years of people going, yeah, we've been able to do my job.
Yeah, as it turns out, we don't need to be in that place.
Well, it's like, and they're complaining, all the restaurants and stuff aren't making money anymore because they were relying on people coming in work. Yes, because I need to sit in my car for 2 hours to go sit in another place for 8 hours and then sit in my car for another 2 hours to go home. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to put that genie back in the bottle there, man. Like, society as a whole's like looked at that and be like, a lot of this stuff could be done remotely.
Yeah. We prefer the collaboration. No, you prefer to be able to stare over my shoulder because then you don't have a job worth actually. We can replace you with Bard. That's like that. They're all worried. Like, oh, we're worried about the developers being replaced by AI. No, managers, man, fucking do jack shit.
Managerial positions, the shit ones. Yes.
And it's sad because there are good managers out there, but they're few and far between.
Mm-hmm. And it depends on how things are stacked. I mean, you can be in different situations. Like having a couple of, you can have too many managers, or you can have not enough managers. These are two both of the like absolute suck situations.
Yes,
But
I am in the former. There are too many managers and not enough engineers.
Especially
you
especially
don't
in
need
the
16
NHS.
managers
It's
per
a little
engineer?
top heavy.
No, we need new sea levels.
Do you hear that, Bard? They're hiring.
Just type that in. Did you hear that, Bard? They're hiring.
Bard just closes and Bard leaves town.
It just page refreshes. It's like 504 timeout. Like, oh, fuck this shit.
There's
that was
interesting,
Steam today. I tried to open just one of the community pages. It's like 502. But why? Oh, the spring sale is technically on, right?
Steam had some hiccups today earlier. I didn't notice this until this year. There's a Easter egg in Office Space, where if you look at the little sign where Lumberg parks his Porsche,
Yeah.
it says like regional manager under it, and after he talks with the what were their names?
The Bobs.
The Bobs, like that part's gone. It's just Lumberg. I'm a sucker for detailed shit like that. I'm like,
Oh yeah, no, that's all. Like I've been going through The Simpsons. Like all the background jokes are just like did not see them as a child. I'm watching them now. I'm like,
that's a good experience to have. I
Yeah.
remember like first going back and like, all this shit was over my head, man. Like, all right, I'm glad it's there. Let me get something to drink, and we are going to do
we're gonna talk about vibes.
this. We're gonna do it. Yeah.
God.
Speak to the manager. You want a 404 error? I don't know, man.
404 manager not found.
Everybody that, anybody, like everybody's the manager. That's the easiest way to get rid of that.
Yeah.
It's like, I need to speak to the manager. Like, I'm the manager.
Yeah.
Because that person rarely needs to speak to the manager, I assume.
It was like I'm the team lead. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I need to speak to your manager. It's like, I don't know.
He's busy. My manager is the CTO, and he's in another meeting. So
I've had that a couple of times, yeah. I'd like to talk with your manager. Okay, my manager is the interim CTO. Good luck.
it's like, I'm the one in charge of this decision. I'm like, you can go talk to this guy, and he's going to tell you that he delegated this decision to me. So,
And then, of course, I get an email from my boss saying, "What the hell did you say to that person?" And I tell her exactly what I said. It's like, oh, okay. Let me deal with that. Okay.
oh fuck, this looks very, very funny. It is Tetris, but you have to balance everything too, or else the entire screen tips over.
That seems infuriating.
Yeah, like Tricky Towers was just like, no, I don't want to have to account for momentum in this too.
Oh, I see. Slamming the piece down also makes the side. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. This looks extra fucky.
Okay. Yeah. No. Mad respect to anyone who's good at Methris.
Mestris. There's a reason I keep Twitter open on a side screen. It's just like, sometimes just random shit will pop up. Be like, ooh, neat. Share that.
Let's see. Let's extract that so I can play with it a little bit tomorrow. Alright. Games. Oh, Metris, not Methris. Okay. Alright.
Steve is using Windows. Ew.
Jill, how can you possibly allow that? Wait, is that Windows? That looks like KD to me. Yeah, no, that's Plasma 5.
Okay. Ew, Windows. Ew, Windows Strider. It's gross. Ew. Ew.
You ever bought ibuprofen instead of aspirin?
I usually get ibuprofen, not aspirin.
Yep,
Yes.
I usually also just get ibuprofen.
Doesn't taste as good.
It's not supposed to, no.
I don't know. I don't let the taste bother me. Man. I've been eating so many beans lately.
I don't let beans bother me.
Beans are nice.
Bother-
Soybeans. Stir fry them. Real
Then
good.
I got a giant bag of dried red kidney beans, so I've been trying to use that up.
Every night's chili night.
That's I just made a bunch of refried beans. I've been doing burrito bowls nonstop.
Refrigerated beans.
Yeah,
Mmm.
I mean you microwave them, soften them up, mash them into some rice. Good stuff.
I would stay. Me personally, I would leave them cold.
Mash them and like put them in some pita bread or some wraps. Pretty good.
I don't like microwave reheated food. Like, is there anything I do like? No. I just have it cold.
Like
trying to
rice.
think.
Rice kind of needs to be like warm and fluffy. Cold rice is just kind of meh.
I like the cold rice
Cold rice
because
is like
it
cement.
forms. Well, I mean,
It's like you're eating grit.
but you can have an icicle. It forms the uber rice block that you can eat off of.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. I'm not wrong.
Okay. So what's our hors d'oeuvre?
Hors d'oeuvre is,
Our horse d'oeuvres.
I guess Pedro, you and me.
Okay.
Because you went first last week, didn't you?
No, I did.
I went last week.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Just reverse order.
All right. Seems cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, chairquisition in 3, 2.
You feel that? You feel the vibes? It's moody time. It's time for the chairquisition, where we take a game and we run it on a bunch of different Linux distributions. And then, and only then, do we whisper softly in your ear a score from 1 to 4 chairs. 1 chair means that it's garbage. 4 chairs means it's amazing. This week we're taking a look at Apocalyptic Vibes, done by Amanito Computing, done on the GZ Doom engine. Oh yeah, it looks it. What is? You can pick it up for about $20 US. What is it? A vintage immersive first-person shooter on GZ Doom, with an atmosphere of cold and melancholic post-apocalypse, elements of diesel punk, and a mix of retro style and realism, romantic shoegaze as a soundtrack. We gotta thank Amanito Computing for sending us some keys. I guess let's get into it. Pedro, as the one person who likes this game.
I do. I like what it's doing, but we'll get to that. Very much like every other GZ Doom game, smack in the middle screen. As soon as you open it, doesn't open on the primary screen, the leftmost screen. No. Middle screen. But it does work out of the box on both the desktop and the deck, on the beta branch on the deck. It defaults to the WASD config if you have Steam input enabled, so it also means that controllers will all work out of the box. But it is GZ Doom. It's going to work everywhere. As for the graphics, well, Strider likes to give me stick for liking desaturated things. Although this game somehow manages to be just slightly over the line, even for me. It's all brown and gray, mostly gray. It is, and the sprites are probably either the devs or their friends. Those cans, there's these cans that if you walk over, they make real loud noises, and all the enemies know you're there. Then, but yeah, those cans have some really high res mud texturing. So yeah, the music is nice when you're near a radio or any kind of other receiver to listen to it, because there is no constantly playing background music. It needs to be physically near you. And as for the fun, I don't genuinely think that this is supposed to be fun. It's just like not everything that quacks is a duck. Not all GZ Doom games are boomer shooters. This one falls squarely into the stalker subgenre of FPS RPGs. It's bleak, it's lonely, and forgiving. Very unforgiving. I'm playing through it on hardcore because that seems to be the recommended way to get the full experience. When you die, your max HP gets dinged, and you can only recover it by consuming the tea. You light bonfires, or you hit certain milestones in the story. And yeah, you can go and add the Souls-like tag on the Steam store page. I liked Stalker and the semi-open world, semi-Metroidvania style that it had going, where you backtrack through places that you'd already been to do more things. Now that you had better weapons or better gear, you were more protected, you could actually, survive the radiation exposure and do all of that. This is a much more linear experience. Apocalyptic Vibes is, except for the occasional dead end where there's some goodies there that you can pick up, some filters, some matches, a little bit of food, whatever. But yeah, I'm nothing against, strictly linear games, but this time it feels like it could have had something, anything, to feel a little bit less bleak. I like what it does, but it doesn't look as good as it could, and it's a little sparse in content, so it gets 3 chairs. I do like it, but
the cheesiest of DOMs.
So
Whoops,
cheesy.
One. There's a Jordan.
Hi, hello, it's me. I'm Jordan. I run Fedora 37 64-bit with the R9 3900X and the GTX 1080 Ti, and this game launches out of the box, and it really, really does just pick whatever the fuck monitor it wants. You can knock it down to windowed mode and then drag it to the screen you want and full screen it. And then when you switch it back to windowed mode, it just jumps back to whatever screen it started on. It's good stuff. It's got there isn't really much of a soundtrack, more of a soundscape, a mostly empty one that startles you when all of a sudden it makes a noise. There is some music. It did start playing eventually, but damn, it took me a while to figure out there actually is background music here. I thought this was just someone else listening to music in the house. Visually, it is a GZ Doom game, and that is all. The color palette is very muted. I actually missed the revolver in the first part of the game because it blended in. It was a smudge. I'll talk about how I found that later, but nonetheless, it is kind of monochrome. Fun-wise, after an hour of wandering around aimlessly, I finally caved and I watched a video, and I found the door that I was supposed to go through to get to the area with the actual enemies. Ven's gonna tell you a lot more about this wonderful little experience, but it really does capture the punishing environment of the post-apocalypse, in which you would get 1 or 2 shots of your gun off realistically before a bullet found its way in between your eyes, and that's it. Game over. Much like any GZ Doom game, you gotta reload your save after you die. It doesn't do that automatically, which is a bit annoying because you're going to be doing that quite a bit. Also, the quick save and quick load buttons aren't mapped by default, which is a bit annoying. You're going to be save skimming quite a bit through this. I know I was. And yeah, my experience is very similar to Ven's, where you wander around, you get lost. Eventually you get to the point where there's actual gameplay, and then it's live, die, repeat. And I don't know. Some people like that methodical challenge to their shooters, but I don't. This game, it's a functional game. I think GZ Doom is doing a lot of the heavy lifting on the technical side of the review, but gameplay wise, it didn't click with me. I'll give it 2 cheers.
Oh, that's so sad. All right, so over here on Debian Bookworm, soon to be Debian 12? Yeah, that sounds right. Sure. Runs with no issues. That's the 1920X Threadripper, 32 gigs of RAM, NVMe drives, a 3060 for GZ. Come on. Vulkan powered, though. Hey, it's got that going for it. But just like everybody else, bam, right there in that middle monitors where it likes to start. Fortunately, there was GameScope to the rescue. I was able to throw that on there. Click on the screen when you're done waiting for something to show up. That took me a minute because I'm not a clever man. It was sitting there at the intro screen with nothing on the screen until you click on the screen. Then the menu appears. Okay. And it has plenty of options. Options galore, you might say, because, again, it's built on a GZ. As for the fun, man, like Jordan, I spent the first 33 minutes of the game trying to figure out that first bit leading to the baddies. That door. Fuck
Not
that door.
obvious.
I got through just by process of elimination. I was going through pressing E on everything. If you look like a door, I pressed E and eventually it opened. The levels, they're empty, they're big, and chocked full of absolutely fuck all nothing to do. Even like just a little bit of lore would have helped out, like some old photos, some papers laying around. That would have gone a long way to breaking up the, like, there's just nothing here. This looked like levels I used to make back in the 90s. In Doom, when I didn't understand anything about level design, I'm like, why are my levels so boring? But I mean, I guess it's supposed to like give you the sense of something else. It's just a whole lot of boring on my end. All this time you're spent alone pursuing the emptiness. You're collecting ammo. There's some cold coffee to be had, which isn't too bad. Then I went through that magical door that Jordan was talking about. Patron went through himself. And I got killed to death by a smudge on the other end of the screen. Seriously, I was like walking straight up to two guys, it turned out, trying to think, what are these things? And they just turned around and capped me. And you die a lot. You better get used to that. And you die a lot with such quickness and viciousness. It's like, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead, boom, you're dead. Okay. Save scum, that's how you get done with it. Took me another 30 minutes to live, die, repeat my way through like the first main segment, that first area. And all I was feeling was just tired of like, live, die, repeat. I'm like, oh, I won. Yay, hollow victory. Tired of just reloading the game over and over and over. Save, all right, back to reloading. And the AI in this game is just old school murder bots that go full T800 on you the second you're within like 0.0089% of one of their vision cones, man. Like they just come at you and you're dead. You can hide. They know where you're at. There's no point running. You're dead. Just give it up. Games like this, I thought about, like, I enjoyed my time I played with Metro last night when I went back and played it on Ranger difficulty. But this was like the bad type of punishing gameplay. I wasn't really feeling rewarded here. Like, this was like playing a really cocked up deathmatch level filled with like the same 1990s era murder bots, the one that could just one-shot you from across the level without looking in your direction, because fuck you, that's why. The best I can tell from the reviews, there's only about 2.5 hours of gameplay. And, this is coming in priced at $19.99. That's 1.12 Hollow Knights. So I just, I mean, it functions. Like, I don't know who the game's for. Apparently, gentlemen, I'm going to give it 2 cheers. It's for Pedro. Kinda. Maybe.
I guess like
the inspiration there was very much like the Stalker series, which was, imagine Metro but slower, more tactical, more deliberate, more heavily focused on the RPG elements.
And this is even slower.
And this is even slower
with less RPG.
Yeah.
And a lot less content in general, which is the big problem. And yes, it is pretty short as well. And I am playing on hardcore because literally everyone that, like YouTubers that I follow that played it is like, yeah, you got to play it on hardcore. Otherwise, you're not going to find any thing that's even remotely challenging about the game. So, all right, hardcore mode it is. And those are the only 2 options that the game gives you.
And normal, like what Jordan and I were talking about, if this was really like the apocalypse, we'd be eating and we'd be carving up the bodies. Like that's food, baby.
Real lack of cannibalism. Right? If you want that whole discussion, you got to listen to the pre super shows. I'm just gonna plug Patreon because
boom, patreon.com/Linux Gamecast. All right, baby, let's get out of here.
All right, coming up next, we're popular with the youths, you guys.
Oh shit, LGC for kids,
or
at least one of them.
Youth.
Prove us wrong, okay.
Beep boop.
Only 2 or 3 weeks. Man, society collapses within 30 days. Western society collapses within 30 days of the power going out.
Yeah, no internet for a month. Yeah.
Not able to buy anything for a month?
Yeah.
You think about how much cash you have on hand and like who's going to be accepting cash? And we're like, no, baby,
Yeah, well-
bottle caps and bullets.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actual
I already
goods.
have, my plans already include taking out the neighbors and just moving into their house too.
See, I could offer laptops, but with no power, that'd be a hard sell.
Well, no, you just throw laptops at people. You be like the Blue Raja, but with laptops.
Okay, maybe just that D42.5 would hurt, because that's like 4 kilos worth of laptop, but...
Yeah, you just like stick the AT2020 on like a chain and just like whip it around. Takes out whoever the fuck
Oh, yeah.
is. Yeah, that,
Wait,
yeah, whoever's
XLR
getting
cables
smacked,
have the little clips. There you
oh,
go.
yeah.
yes, whoever's getting smacked by that is not getting back up.
A microphone or an XLR cable, that's a weapon, man.
Yeah.
Like that was with intent to maim. Dude.
Yeah.
The teeny tiny SLR cable with the 2 male ends with 2 AT2020s, the AT2020 nunchucks.
Yeah, even if you're not knocked out, you're staying down because you're like, no, I learned my lesson. I'm just gonna pretend to be dead and hope he moves on.
Well, that's like the fun of Tesla crypto coins. You'll have the same ability to exchange your government printed money paper.
Yeah.
0.
Fiat currency, baby. Once we stop agreeing that it's worth anything, it starts being worth zip.
Once that conversation breaks down, shit starts getting Mad Maxy real quick. I don't want to see
how much
that.
water you got? That's what matters.
I would hope, like something like that. Like, what do you think? Because I mean, you're just a little bit outside of the city. I'm a little further outside of the city, but like. Everybody would be able to keep their shit remotely together. What, about 2 weeks, maybe?
Maybe.
How do you do? Like, you're on like day 9 of no power, and nobody around you has power. There's no way to go get anything.
Yeah, so a lot of the food will have gone bad because we have a lot of shit in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wouldn't be great. Yeah, day 9 would probably be, let's go. Day 7 would be, let's go out and see what we can scavenge from the store. Like, what's...
Yeah, let's see what's left and what we can do.
Because, like, you don't want to go on, like, day 2 or 3. Because that's just a complete clusterfuck, right?
Yeah, that's when the panic starts to kick in, yeah.
But what if you bring enough people to take over that zone?
Well, okay, like...
Then you're the ones stuck in the store with everyone trying to get in and looking to murder your ass.
It's the Batman question, right? Like, how much prep time do we realistically have?
But
do you
Pedro,
have the 9 days?
I'm saying during a gold rush, you want to sell the tools. You don't want to.
You gotta hit up like the guns and ammo shop first. Make sure you clear that shit out. Not just because you want ammo for yourself. You want to deny it for everyone else so that they can shoot you.
It's like, yeah, I have this weapon. You can give me, a lot of food for it. I don't have any ammo. Sorry, I'm already cleared out of it. And you're not. You have all the boxes neatly stacked up.
Oh yeah,
I'm not even worried about that. I'm worried about
trade the weapon for the food, and then you give them the weapon, and then they're like, okay, now give me the food back.
This, like, I'm out of the gate. I'm like fresh water.
That's the important.
That's 99% of what I'm worried about, because I can go. I know how long I can go without food, man. Like, water, you don't get an option. You can't tough out the water one.
I'm near a body of water.
3 days without water, and you turn into a husk.
Yeah, I'm near a body of water, so I gotta boil that shit. But I know how to start a fire with just like tinder and stuff. So
I'd use a lighter, but
I mean, I'm assuming I don't have one handy or like.
Oh,
they're
in that
all
house.
They're all used up. They're all
Hashtag
used
pot
up.
smoker house.
That's why I switched to vapes.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I ran into that. Like, let's say just completely, even for like random recreational smoke in the pipe. having a lighter in the house, which I don't, not one that works.
Yeah, there's definitely lighters in the house. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they work or not.
I had to use because I had bought a candle and I had to use like the stovetop burner thing, which took for fucking ever because it's glass, and I couldn't like put it on the element. I just held it. Finally, God, I'm sure it cost me like $1 in electricity to light that candle. But
yeah, you could have just gone out and get a 15-cent pack of matches or whatever.
Right. So I guess matches is something you should have in your preparedness kit.
I do have like a striker bar, like a flint, so I don't necessarily need matches.
Well, I have a striker for my welding thingy. It makes sparks, but I don't know if I could. Yeah, I guess I could start a fire with it. I don't know.
Yeah, mine is just like a flint bar. You just hit it with a knife, and it sparks.
That's another class I want to go take.
Survival?
No, welding. Like have somebody teach me the right way to do it instead of watching YouTube videos.
All right, so on our first day of class, if you open up your browser and go to www.youtube.com, search for...
I just want to learn more about wire speeds and for materials and like weaving patterns. And use somebody else's shit while I'm learning.
That's the important. You don't want it to be your stuff.
Tungsten ain't cheap, yo. So, what do I need to do? Okay. Oh, I still got Steam open. Oops. Oh, it's down. It's under 20 degrees. Look, it's frigid outside. It was 26 degrees when I got home today.
It's been raining nonstop for the past 2 days. It's like 5 degrees now, but it's all mud.
It's going to rain all day tomorrow. But I live at an elevation where everything just runs off. Nothing really collects.
I'm near a top of a hill, so.
50-pound bag of rice keeps for a long time too, man.
It does, yeah. Same with dried beans.
And make sure, like, if you're thieving rice, make sure you get brown rice if you get the option. It's going to last longer. Still got the husk on it.
Yep. And it's also more filling than white rice. Higher fiber, so it stays in your stomach longer.
Would you get a bag of rice or a bag of corn?
I think you could probably get more rice for the weight.
But what would be more nutrition? A cup of rice or a cup of dried corn?
Let's look it up. Let's go to Nutritionics.
Hey, Bart.
For a cup of, not quinoa, brown rice and corn. I guess let's just do canned corn or just
dried corn.
Dried corn?
Damn it. Maybe it'll figure out what I was trying to communicate to it. I don't pay it. Google Docs, man. It's your fault, Google. Dried rice and dried corn have similar amounts of nutrition. Both contain high levels of carbohydrates, protein, and fibres. Dried rice has slightly higher amount of calories, while dried corn has slightly higher amount of fat. Here's a comparison of the nutritional breakdowns of 100 grams. See, this is where the Chat GPT shit's gonna fuck with, because Jordan, you're searching for this, right?
Yes. I don't know if those numbers are correct. I'm just checking a nutrition database. But yeah, that's basically what I'm finding. Like,
and what did I do? I was like, what has more nutrition, dried rice or dried corn? And I even fucked up dried rice of dried corn.
Yep.
It seems like rice comes out a little bit ahead.
I don't know though. You probably want you probably do want a higher fat content though.
I'm gonna say, like, in this situation, I would want just raw calories, energy, for like hopefully shortish term. Not like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just more energy to burn.
Yeah, I think so. Brown rice would give it to you faster than corn because brown rice has a lower fiber content than corn.
Oh goddamn, we'll have to start our post-apocalyptic YouTube health channel.
Yeah.
The best way to stay in shape while surviving the radioactive zombies.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
I don't think keto will be an option in the post-apocalypse, though, because you're gonna need those carbs.
Yeah, no, like if you care about like actual like doing stuff performance, keto isn't like the best diet because carbs are a better energy source for those sorts of energy systems than ketones and fats are.
Keto is very much the whole, okay, I want to burn like the accumulated fat. I want to go into anaerobic.
So the reason keto works is that it is a highly effective elimination diet in that all of like the processed foods and sugar that you normally eat aren't keto. So by sticking to mostly ketogenic sources, you're not eating a lot of like the sugary processed stuff, and you're eating a lot more proteins and fats. So you're gonna theoretically remain fuller.
Doesn't cause your body to start processing with priority on stored fat.
Yes, through ketone generation. But yeah, but like I was saying, as an energy source, carbs are still better.
Oh yeah, carbs, energy density. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The sugar, carbs. Yeah.
I mean, it's like fat is incredibly energy dense. Like people
saturated fats. Yep.
they have problems with large people and what do they call it? When they turn you into a bad crispy instead of burying you.
What is it? Cremation.
Cremation. Like they've had problems with like overweight people, like catching places on fire. Like they couldn't put them out.
There's a lot of energy being turned into fire.
Well, but I mean that's what fat is. Fat is your body storing it for later.
Yeah.
Which is why your body will absorb saturated fats, which is why you should avoid them.
No, you just have them in moderation. You want
saturated fats is one of my favorite musicians.
Fatty saturation. It's like Fatty Arbuckle, but
good stories.
Honey does expire. It's just that with that amount of sugar in it, it is shelf stable for a long time. Because sugar is a preservative.
Does honey expire?
What does Bard say?
We're going to fucking find out, aren't we? No, honey does not expire. It's a natural product that will not go bad as long as it's stored properly. Honey can last for many years, even decades, when stored. And it should.
Okay, so it does expire after decades. Like I said, shelf stable for a long, long time.
Yeah, I've been reading up a lot on food choices because I'm going on another cut in 2 weeks. So I'm just going to be super grumpy and super starving. But hopefully I'll drop 25 pounds. So.
Well, I mean, we can get you to do like a water cut before a fight night.
Yeah. I was reading up on how to do that too.
I was too. Like I was curious about like how do you like cut water, because I've never ever cut water weight. Like
yeah, it's a lot of like salt and water manipulation. You got to start eating like a lot of salt like a couple weeks ahead of time, and then you pull it all out.
And like the dangers of doing that, plus the rehydration process, and how close to a fight that you can do it, and like how much damage you're willing to do to yourself.
It's the trade-off. Like, can you meet your weight class?
Because I got done reading about it, and I felt the same way I did. We need to abolish that bullshit. You need to be weighed in the minute fight day is when you do your weigh in.
Like 5 minutes before you get in the ring.
Right. You don't get 24 hours to rehydrate.
But also like you do take a substantial performance hit from that. So again, it's sort of like that two-edged sword of like, do I make my weight class, and how close can I cut it without like completely fucking myself over for the thing I actually need to do? Yeah,
like we need to get rid of the like people are dying from that shit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Treat yourself like a phone that fell in the toilet. And just put yourself in rice.
I know somebody's filmed it, but I'm like, oh no, I got water on your phone, and just like show them like dropping it into a pot bowling rice.
Put it in some rice, yeah.
Yeah, just stick it in your rice cooker. Just like stick it in the pressure cooker for like 30 minutes.
Take it out. That's perfect. It works again.
Plus, you get like nice pillowy rice. Yeah.
Oh, right. While you're eating the rice.
Yeah. You listen. You gotta be efficient with your time, right?
That's our new YouTube channel. People aren't this dumb. Probably.
That's what you think.
Oh man. Yeah, a pot of boiling water. Put it in a Ziploc bag. Toss it in it, man. Sous vide. Yeah. Electric hot dog cooker. 70s were wild, man. I've seen some like the electronics like that. This is like, oh, this just plugged straight into the wall. It's like, nope, just mains power, baby. Just stick the hot dogs on, plug it in, unplug it when you're done.
It'll cook it. Yeah, it gets hot. It gets real hot.
China still has, that's not an uncommon place at all. It's a heating wand that is just a direct line into the AC. You put it in a cup, plug it in, bring it to boil, and plug it.
Big Clive of BigClive.com YouTube channel used to have a series where he'd take just random foodstuffs, and he had 2 forks that he modified with the 240 volt AC.
By modified, do you mean just ran a cable from a golf cart battery?
No, from the mains directly. And just sticks the forks into hot dogs, cookies, cakes, just random stuff. Just sticks the forks in it and just watches it, and then takes a bite out of it.
Yeah, I saw his latest thing was like, will it carbonate? I'm like, is it liquid? Question mark.
Will it carburize?
Apparently, Bailey's doesn't carbonate very well. That started to separate and create clumps.
I would, Ben, like maybe that's going to be a present I buy. I haven't bought myself something in a while. I would just buy me a big ass tank of CO2 so I can just carbonate fucking everything.
Oh, I thought you were going to say an electric hot dog cooker that plugs into the wall.
Will it carbonate? Nope.
Well, there's your problem. This isn't a carbonation machine. This is a hot dog cooker.
It tastes like burning. All right. Let's put a bow on this.
I do know at least one person in Discord has made Lucky Charms with Bailey's instead of milk.
Mm-hmm.
Linux Naru.
In the middle of the African jungle.
Yeah, because you got shit all to do but fucking get trashed off Lucky Charms.
Right.
Time to corrupt the youths.
All right. That's good. Good. That's recording. Last segment. Filled with magical leprechaun deliciousness.
Strawberry Smiggles.
2.
The end. It is finally come. Yes. For this episode, anyway. Do join us around this time next week. I know that daylight savings just kicked in if you're in the GMTs, so look out for that. You lost an hour on Sunday. You're probably watching this later on or listening to it, more likely.
Hey, man, why is the sun still on?
Yes. So
someone turn that off.
If you'd like to say your piece about how long we go on for, especially me, you can do so. You can do so very, very easily. You can go to linuxgamecast.com, hit the contact button, fill out the forum. There's some caveats at the top. If you'd like to, have us have a look at your game, make sure you include 3 keys, or, tell us of a way that we can all play the game.
You know what? Otherwise, here's the thing. I want you to include 4 keys because that genuinely fucks with us. We don't know what to do with it.
Yeah. Usually empty or Sandy or someone just gets
we've tried to do giveaways and then it's just like, oh, and then no one signed up. Okay.
I don't believe it. I'll never win anything. Enter giveaways, man. Have you ever won a giveaway? I won a giveaway from AMD when I was in university, graduate school. It was just a random website. It was like one of the Pass for News website back in the day, and I entered some sweepstake and I won a motherboard and a CPU from AMD.
Yeah, so sometimes that happens.
Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know.
6 months later, I get an email. I'm like, what is this? Ooh, what? Oh, fuck yes.
I think I've only ever
It's been
won
downhill
one.
ever since.
I think I've only ever won one raffle that I've actually entered. Well, yeah, you're right. You know, sometimes like nobody enters, and you're the one dude there, and your name gets picked by default.
One in elementary school. I think that was the one time I won in a kind of raffle type situation.
Yeah,
Now, what do we
mine
do
was
as
also
a-
in school.
Here's what we do. As adults, Pedro and I, we place the one bid on the eBay auction knowing that somebody's going to snipe us at the end. But it feels
Yes.
good to pretend
And
you're
then
not winning.
sometimes they don't. It's like, oh, okay, I'll give you the $20. There you go.
Womp, womp. Not like the kids, man. The kids don't enter raffles at all.
No, not unless CSGO skins are involved. Well, this is from Seb. He pushes up their glasses and says, actually, I'm quite far behind on my podcasts. However, that will not stop. Codpasts, man. It's cod pasta. However, that will not stop me from responding to LGC 545 about 2 months after release. You said there are no teenagers listening to your show. I say nay. I am 19 years old, technically still a teenager, and have been listening to your show since I was about 17. Obligatory, by the way, I use Arch. I've been using Arch for the past 3 years, though I'm considering changing over to OpenSUSE Leap to get a more stable distribution on my desktop. That's a good one.
Bold claim.
As I don't have the time to maintain Arch anymore, I'm also running Papos Pupus on my laptop, but that's not a meme, so where's the fun in mentioning that? I have nothing further to say. Keep up the good work.
How dare you?
How dare you
No, the
expect
OpenSUSE
OpenSUSE
Leap,
Leap to be more stable?
See, you had us fooled until you said that. I'm like, right.
Yeah, Seb is actually like 57 years old. He's not actually
It's like everything was believable up until that point. Like,
yeah, had me in the first half. I wasn't gonna lie, but
I guess like technically like 19. Yeah, looking at our YouTube or even the Spotify demographics, it's fun looking at the Spotify demographics. Like people also listen to it. It's just like Slayer and shit like that. I was like, yeah, all that checks 100%.
Yeah.
The metal and but yeah, like we don't even have like a blip until we get to like 24. Then it goes like and it skyrockets and stays there until like 56, 58 and starts tapering off.
that's because they keep dying after that.
Yeah. Short lives, they can't listen to too much of this, man. It's like death podcast. It's like a death note, but wasn't podcast.
They get to that age, it's like, no, too juvenile for me. Sorry.
They start running Windows.
Get to that age, and then their heart just stops.
God. Oh man. See, we don't know what it's like though, because podcasts didn't exist when we were teenagers.
I guess the closest equivalent to this would be like Coast to Coast AM, right? Like,
Well, that was fun to listen to though, for like
yeah.
the weird shit, right?
Yeah, weird ass radio shows at like 2 a.m. or on public access or something.
I guess podcasts were kind of becoming a thing when I was 18-ish and I went to university. That's when, the iPod became a thing and the radio show style of content that you downloaded, put in your iPod.
Yeah, they were iPod
the
casts.
podcast. Yeah,
that's where the pod and podcast came from. Damn it, Apple.
I don't know, man. It's like a weird thing. You just accept podcasts have always existed at this point, right?
I guess it really just is like an evolution of like radio programs, right? Where it's like the Netflixification, right? Like once upon a time, you had to be listening to the radio at this specific time. Now it's just like, hey, here's an MP3. You can listen to it.
It's the video on demand that's actually available on demand.
And you don't have to go through like, I even helped, but I here did a 100 FM free non-commercial, and like to apply to that took like 7 years to get back and a couple of grand to get a non-commercial radio license. Everybody, as a kid, I don't know, the youth, we didn't have any hopes of it growing up, but at least here in the States, I guess you could have had a like very legitimate like idea of like running a pirate radio station.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, London used to be infested with those. I don't know about today, but I wanted to do that. Did you, Jordan, like want to have like your own?
Yeah, like
broadcast thing.
There's always like the fantasy in the back of your mind of like, oh man, the you get to be the tastemaker, right? Like the radio DJ gets to pick what everyone listens to. Man, I want to be I want to be the guy in the passenger seat who controls the radio.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Like I think it's very much that same impulse.
That's it's like a strange thing like that. I guess some people just never have that drive, and democratizing it with podcast, some people really shouldn't have that drive. But That's not going to stop us. LCC cares. Oh man, we got to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. On that bombshell, you can always find us pulling out of the airwaves, pulling on the airwaves, pulling over the airwaves,
Pulling out of the airwaves.
Pulling airwaves all over our face, chest, and neck. You know it. You love it. 8:30 Eastern, twitch.tv/Linux Gamecast. We're doing that thing. Get a hold of me. I'm in our Discord. I'm talking in our Discord all the time. If you're a Twitch sub or a patron, that's something I always committed to. Like, we're in there talking day in and day out. You know, if you ever need to get hold of us. Or just send an email at Venstone on Twitter or at Ven on our Mastodon instance, mast.linuxgamecast.com.
I'm Jordan. I don't like airwaves. I like sea waves and the wave motion cannons and the waves that they do in baseball games when everyone just stands up in the chair. You can do that with me on Twitter at The Burning Fool or Mastodon. I'm Frojo at mast.linuxgamecast.com.
And if you want to see me floating in the motion of your ocean, you can go to Twitter at unaccounted4, F-O-U-R, or if you don't want to see me at all, I suppose you can go to mass.linuxgamecast.com and look for at unaccounted4 with the actual number 4 at the end,
Or
because
just
I'm
close
not
your
there.
eyes. Just close your eyes, and then you don't have to look at Pedro.
It's steps in between. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's roll some credits.
All right. Hey, just like apocalyptic vibes.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for those credits to fly off into the star set,
Into
sunset.
the star set, yes.
Yeah. We gotta thank our advisors, Omega Sarther, and executive producers, Barbara Scott,
Scott,
Mike
David.
G. Yeah, drummer, Tomaj, Pebble, those guys, Chicago Kicks Ass, Super Death Stoat, Empty, and GEN Blasphemia.
Blasphemia. It's like a
Yes.
Kia, but with
MC
blasphemous.
Monsters,
I keep
no,
wanting
Rudder
to
X Machina,
pronounce it like
Trudging Virgin,
Bohemia.
Unit, Justin, Frostclaw, Nubbin, Darkwing, System T, Dunsing Joe, Ogie1, and Kyrillo.
The Death Notes, you know him, you love him. Got like Dak in there, Stevens in
Isn't
there.
Basil on there
Dean's
twice?
in there.
Or is that a
Dirty
different
Deeds,
Basil?
Yeah.
Mr. Foxdog,
I
Royal
can't tell,
Hope,
Pedro. I can't read.
Stinky Dev,
Alex. All the cheerlings.
Giovanni,
Participation.
Joanna, Gronk
Precipitation.
Belonga, Paula,
Brock, Craig,
Linux Noob,
Christopher.
Mirror, Rohit. Big thanks to Mirror and
We got
Rohit
Steve
for
B
finishing
and
off
Maggie.
Borderlands with us.
Right? Aaron
Yeah.
Ducky, you know
Thomas
it.
D,
We
Steve B,
play gaming
Stevie,
PT.
D-Spec,
Fine upstanding animals.
Jack, and Strider.
Carl,
Beat
Mike,
Kun, D-Spec.
Arthur,
Jack
Linux
the
Nerd,
Ripper.
Always, Nicholas, Johnny, Shep, Gamatron. You know it, and DS. And I gotta fix the fade on that. Other DS and Joe and Aromatic Dev. Ha, there. See, I cheated. That was back. I wrote it back here.
A romantic dev.
Aromatic Dev. Yes,
Aromatic.
that's what is it?
Aromatic. Stinky. He's very stinky.
Very stinky. Well, hopefully we learned something. Hopefully we learned more than what Bard was able to tell us. And
Nothing.
Wasn't very much, yeah.
just
Just
don't
made up shit.
Remember.
Frank's a Google engineer. Did you know that?
don't use your Bard. And polite company. Die and fire, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Frank, you've been holding out on us. You're getting that six-finger fang salary, man.
That's the that's the Bard soundtrack. That's how you know the Bard's in the room. You better start running.
I mean, Bard is the AI that you introduced to your parents.
Oh man, this is what we this is the reason we captured the T800s and wiped the memory and just put Bard on them to fuck with them. That's it. There's no other reason. They're useless. Five moods.
There you go. That's what I was. It took me
Aggressively.
too
Five
long.
whole moods.
It took me too long to find that one.
Oh man. So if you don't know, we're gonna kick over to the after shows, and always an incredibly, moderately not bad idea. Where we invite everyone in the audience to come say hi if they want. Hi. If they
I
don't,
don't
that's
wanna.
cool too. No, I'm not gonna do it. Okay. But.
I wanna, but I don't wanna.
Some people don't know how to. They're expecting your reaction. Like, all right, that's cool. Okay. Like, bye. Like, nope. Have fun. Bye.
Oh, speaking of I wanna, there's a new TFS behind the scenes commentary. What's up? I
That is-
want to be a Super Saiyan. I wanna.
All right. Yeah, that is like part of my dinner at this point now. You know, when that comes on, I'm like, all right, that's what we're gonna watch.
What are you doing? Thwarting my plans? Thwarting your plans?
Yes.
Well, are you?
Last week with a fucking Yamcha hanging himself. Like, that caught me out of left field. That one just beautiful. Hey, Google. All right, we're going to bounce out of live. Boop.
We're not alive anymore.
Where's the mouse? Okay, do your spazzy thing. Yeah, there you go. Load. All right. Speaking of like web pages being applications, right?
Literally every application.
Electron.
Oh, it can't hear us. That's because the volume is not armed or active. Now it should hear us. Can you hear us now? Oh, no, it won't. I gotta do this. Boop. Now it can hear us? Maybe? Yay, hey. Look at that. We scienced that potato all over the shit. What? Am I just in the wrong thing? Yeah. Okay. That's not good. I hate this.
That'll
What?
do it.
All right.
We got Team Open Lift Tech.
Yep.
Yo, yeah, we can do an interview.
Are we finally going to take a Let's Tech commercial?
Yeah.
Again? Take two? Oh, so that wasn't a horrible show.
No.
How long was it? Oh, that wasn't bad. An hour and 8.
Okay, that's significantly shorter than last week.
We didn't have a whole lot. Like, we didn't have anything like big and chunky to talk about. Like, the biggest thing really was Ark, and like, whatever, do something. Shit.
Yeah, we're all like,
Come on, Intel.
shitter, get off the pot. Stop leaving us hanging. Right? Like we're standing here with our dicks in our hands.
Oh no, I didn't mean to start that. Go away. Library. I need to get online.
The one time that people are actually going, come on, Intel, do something. We want you to do something.
But it's RN Intel, man.
Anything that pushes pixels.
Was it?
Something about pizza?
I don't know.
That sounded real low.
Anything that pushes pixels.
Anything that
Was that you,
pushes.
Katana?
That was, yes.
That was a katana, yes.
Gonna put you on
Very-
blast, Katana. When you gonna merge my PR? Q maps.
Now that I have
I'm
you
still trying to
cornered.
figure it out how it works.
What was that, Katana?
Someone didn't comment his code. It was me. I didn't
That
do
was
it.
kind of fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it does the job. Like, it's just like there were some black textures in the second cutscene, Katana, or if you haven't noticed them yet, so that fixes them, and they're no longer black. So yeah, please get it merged.
I write self-documenting code. Thank you very much.
My code is so good. Everyone can read it.
My code is so well written. Yeah,
I mean,
and
yeah,
and don't worry, Katana.
I have super long
I don't know
variable
if you know,
names. Yes.
Katana. I'm recently unemployed, Katana. So I'll be spending more time on Lift Tech, maybe.
Oh, ho, ho.
I think I noticed.
Yeah,
So I'm not
the
just-
3 a.m. merge requests. Like, come on.
Nah,
Hey.
it's just a few small things that I'm looking at that I want to see through.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Like I didn't test it extensively on where cube maps are loaded, but I just looked at a few places and they seem fine. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's there's just I think it's a chance of reuse that we can do, but
okay.
but we don't have to like split the codes out too much between the Windows and the Linux version.
With Linux, sure. Yeah.
So what is this Lithtech engine?
That's just like the engine, like the proprietary engine used by Monolith Studios, so they call it Lithtech. They used this in Shogo, pretty much, maybe even earlier. But yeah, it's just
Mobile
their engine they
Armored
used
Division?
for Shogo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they worked on Shogo, No One Lives Forever 1 and 2, Fear. Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty
how's
much
that Fear
branch.
support coming along? That's the one I care about.
Oh man, oh, Pedro, I looked at Fear just briefly. It's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be possible because there's Fear. For some reason, Fear. We have the Fear game code, but it relies on some function, like some functions and some code that does not exist in the engine. Like it needs
See,
like some.
I looked a little bit more on the Fear code. The Fear uses the enhanced lift tech, which wasn't released.
Yeah, like it has like some like rigid body support, like basically like physics, which I can't find in the engine code. So that probably isn't gonna happen.
Okay, all right, fair.
Blood 2 maybe,
Unfortunate,
Shogo
but fair.
maybe. Yeah, it just if someone wants to write that code, but yeah, I mean I'm no reverse engineer, so.
How are you with kidnapping?
Yes. Where's the home address of the chief architect of Lithtech?
So we can send a politely worded email, strongly worded letter. Like, hey man, I would just send him an email like, hey, what does this do? Question mark. Just see if you get a bite. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're looking for a game. There it is. Hey, we're playing LOL soccer. If anybody wants to participate.
I like the menu music.
Really?
Oh, it's a wall.
It's very upbeat. Yeah.
It's kind of mellow.
No, not that one. The main menu music.
This one? That's still mellow. Maybe it's building up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it about to drop?
It just has a little beat to it for a little bit.
Mad gems. Is my controller working?
Let's find out together. I'm
Abandoned.
playing the same game. No code. Oh, we can always look forward to that new content coming for Back for Blood, right?
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Steam. Steam ID.
Create.
Enter a code.
Create.
Create. That does not look like a button, does it?
No, buttons in this game don't look like buttons.
I mean, I would have gotten there eventually, but
Alright, so we should be able to just right-click join Ven. Yes, we can.
that was so 90s. Come back. There we go. First to 8 goals.
Very pleasant music.
Yeah, it makes me want to punch an elevator.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll play a forward and a goalie.
There.
Beep beep boom.
Me.
My controller is not working again, I guess. Yes, we'll play this. Nope. It'll be. Sure. I don't know
Okay,
what the
so
keyboard controls
the
are.
flickering is not just on my end. Okay. Right.
Okay, let's all prepare for button mashing. Round one.
Yes.
As we
Wiggle,
reverse
wiggle,
engineer it. Right.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Okay.
Okay, I'm moving.
I am moving too. Damn it. How
And
do
I moved the ball.
Shit. Okay.
Ah, nope.
Wait. No. Okay. Does that? How do I activate? Oh, that's other.
No, not that way.
No.
Shit.
Ah.
There.
Ah.
Go. Yes.
That's very
Wow.
good. Okay.
Go ahead.
Why did the other one move? Any control other players?
Damn it.
L
Left.
one.
Yeah. That one.
Oh, I'm on keyboard. Damn it.
Plug in controller, then L1. Yes.
Yay! Okay.
Very good advice.
We showed them how to do it, so
You've given away the hack. Go, wizard. Oh. Is a blizzard a wizard? Do I have more wizard? Where?
you have the goalie.
Is that my goalie way over there? Wait, how do I?
The ball's coming this
Why
way.
can't I?
Push! Push!
What wizard
Okay.
blocking
And
me,
again.
bro? Why can't I select the goalie? Aha.
Oh no!
There we go. The wedge.
Let go of me, you frosted mini wheat. Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Why can't I control?
I don't know what's happening anymore. Someone please explain.
Oh, that's what that
I
does?
just want to get over there so I can wedge the ball into the goal.
Get in.
Get
Yes.
her.
Well learned. Well learned.
Wow, this. I went to the menu and I can't go back to it.
Nailed it.
What the? Okay.
Did this game somehow get jankier?
My
Yes.
advice is
It's
don't
the worst. I can't get out of the menu.
don't try to use the controller until you're in game. Pro tip. I don't think the controller
Holy-
works in the menus.
No.
Oh, the keyboard doesn't work in the menus. Okay, I gotta quit. I should rejoin.
I'm two people
Wow.
at once apparently. Oh fuck.
Oh, okay. So we scored. Cool.
I guess I was trying to establish whether or not I had separate personhood or not.
Attack wizard.
Push!
No.
Come on, let's get
There.
to 8 goals already. Let it end. Ole, 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 ole. Ole, ole.
The wedge.
The wedge is in place.
Zoop, zap, zippity, zoop, zoop, boo. Whoa.
No.
Fuck.
Yes. We're coming back. Y'all come back now, you hear?
It's great.
Damn it.
Jordan's doing better without me. I should have known.
Give me goal wizard.
No.
Okay. Sure, I gave you the goal, all right.
I tried to scooch the character, but it scooched it in just the right way.
Done.
Yeah, now I'm still two men's now, and I don't know.
Maybe it's because Rohit bounced out at like,
Oh,
gave
yeah.
you, like
Yeah,
doubles.
you know what? That would probably do it.
Want to do it?
All day. All day. Here we go.
Foosball! Foosball! Damn it!
Roll. Roll.
Roll.
I like those goalies are just like fucking sus as hell. They're just like, what the fuck was that shit?
Oh, no. No, wizard. There we go. Damn it. Damn it. No. Jump wizard.
No!
Okay, do I have it like on auto track? The
Yeah. No!
hey, slide attack.
I was trapped. I had to control two men. Wasn't this first to 8 points?
I thought so.
Oh, I guess that setting didn't take. Wait, does that say
Prolong my
15
suffering.
minutes?
Oh god.
Shaky game.
Alright, I concede. You win.
How do I disable the follow ball?
It's one of the face buttons. I think it's
Y.
like circle. Or, yeah, Y.
Triangle or Y.
depending on the controller.
Yeah,
Depending
because
on the brand.
one of them is follow and one of them is like auto select the dude.
Yeah, which one's that?
That might be circle or square. Circle is menu. Or I don't know.
Alright, team.
I don't know
Let's
buttons
go.
anymore.
Damn it. No.
This is all I got. This is all I got. I just gotta stall. Just gotta stall for
Pedro.
10 more minutes.
Defeat me.
It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Oh no!
Yes.
Whee! The ball is trapped forever now.
There.
I wasn't moving. I was not contributing to being more of the problem. Hey.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave
Oop.
these guys over
Damn
here.
it. Damn it.
Ah! Somehow it's not a complete wash. It's just 90% of one. No, it's a complete wash. Never mind. I was wrong.
Okay. All right. I think we got this figured out. We can play a... You guys want to play a real game now?
Yeah, I would like
Might
to have
as
some
well.
teammates.
All right. I'll
some
ban.
some non-flakes. All right. Okay. Off of defender. I don't think I can do 2 dudes at once. That's too much.
Select
Do
8
you want to be
goals.
goalkeeper, Jordan?
No. In actual soccer, I'm okay at goal because I'm wide and I just like physically block the net. But in this, no.
I like that it has an option to restart match if ball is just stuck. He's like, yeah, shit happens, man.
Yeah. We didn't test
We
the
can't
physics
code
on
well
this game
enough,
that
no.
much.
Can't be helped. Price of doing business.
What are our other team options? Is it just different colors, or do they have like?
Do we even have options?
It was in the match settings, right? Like, yeah, teams you can. Swap
yeah.
them. Okay.
All right. I'll be Australia, and you guys are going to be...
Wales.
Ugh. All right, Wales. I mean, I love Wales. It's great.
Wales. You know what? Wales has a badass flag, and everything about that country is not represented by it.
Wait, why isn't
Sorry-
Australia
sorry.
wearing any shirts?
Because it's accurate.
Because it's Australia, man.
I like how that bothers you, but the fact that the wizards no longer have faces. That's cool.
Listen, do wizards actually have faces, or do you just see what they want you to see?
Yeah.
You're being glamored.
I played
Yeah.
an illusionist in Dungeons and Dragons. I know how that goes.
So did I. I was an illusionist in your Neverwinter Nights thing.
Yeah.
Because greater shadow casting lets you just make all your spell slots fireballs if you need them to be.
Is there like an online
And
version
shades at level
where,
8.
like D&D style game where somebody gets to be like just the dungeon to fuck with the characters as they're trying
Yeah, Divinity has that, and I think BG3 also has that.
All right. Let's maybe change the ball back to something visible.
Puma.
There we go. It's the Amiga ball.
Isn't that the transparency?
Or
That would be hilarious if they just had Rohit.
Damn it.
Oh god, I'm dying. Nope, that was a
Damn
miss.
it. Why is it?
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You
It's
got it.
fine.
You got it.
I'm coming. Ball of wizard. Yeah.
No.
Oh well.
Come on, shirtless Australian. Dang it.
He's got potatoes on his head. No.
My dude's a bit jittery.
Yes. All right, crikey and all that. Go in. Oh,
Get off my face, Rohit.
wait, did that not go? God damn it! Leave my wizard boy alone. He's just whizzing. There we go. There we go.
Nope.
Take him down. Take him down. Let's take it home. Let's take it home. Let's go.
Come
The
on.
anti-wedge.
Oh, come on, you fuckers. Rohit, you're the worst. You are the worst teammate ever.
There we go.
I hate keyboards.
I'm literally better off playing alone. What the fuck? I don't want to play alone. But like, look at that. Look at that.
Then why did you let him be the goalie again?
Because I would do worse.
Why won't you? I can't. I can control 2 of my guys, but not the.
Hey, at least
Oh
his
my
Wi-Fi still
god!
does.
Just
randomly.
move.
Get off me. I will rotate over you. You're not an obstacle. Oh,
Let's see, let's
knock
change
it
back
in
to
for
my
me, you
dude.
frosted mini wheat.
Ooh. What?
Huh. Hey, oi, oi.
Oi! Oi!
Come on.
I've seen this movie. It doesn't.
Oh.
Oh,
All right. It's
oh
not-
no! We've been betrayed.
Come on.
Don't jump on my face, Rohit. Cover your area.
Get off your face and jump around.
Jump up, I get down.
You don't have to intercept every ball. That's what the team is for.
Don't listen to him.
No, I'm the sole hero of my story. Okay. They're all NPCs.
You tell him, Rohit.
Be the protagonist.
I'm the
Main
protagonist of my
character
story.
syndrome. This is my way to go, Final Fantasy X, Titus. This is my story. I decide how it ends.
It's like, no, sorry, you're
Is
a
that what he
dream.
actually says?
I could use some help.
That
rest
is that
of
is
my time.
actually what he says. Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, it's been years
Oh,
since
yeah.
I played FF10.
That weird fapping noise is like not pleasant.
I wonder what the sound effect is from.
Rohit, can you scooch forward a little bit, please?
Never.
Oh, okay. But then, like, there's really wizards here, man.
You don't have to point it out like that, man.
Oh shit.
Shirtless blokes. Made of wizard frosted.
Come on,
Frosted
shirtless.
wizard wheats.
Australia, fuck yeah. All right,
Rolling
there we
the-
go.
oh, shit.
All right, it
All right.
moved.
Crisis
It's coming
averted.
right
Wait,
back.
uh-oh.
It's all coming back to me now.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I jumped at the wrong time.
Yeah, if I jumped, I would have knocked it in. So I'm entirely throw Rohit under the bus for that.
Wow.
All right, that works.
Really?
No.
Keep going. Keep going. Ah. That didn't help.
Like
That
so.
might
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna 69 you, Ven.
All right, bring it.
Oh, things got real steamy all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I will rotate over you and around you. I'm liquid.
Are you a cat?
Meow, 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 meow.
Be a mongoose cat. No. All right. Crikey it.
No.
Come on. Shit.
Can I get one on the board?
All right.
Can
This is gonna be a shutout. Or they're gonna take our Australian card from us.
my Australian
Crikey.
license?
That means no more shrimp on the Barbie, bitches.
Yeah, it's your license to krill, baby.
No.
No.
No! Damn it! Use the potato head wedge. All right. No. All right. God damn it.
Nope. All right, it's fine.
Tension. It builds.
No.
Aw.
Ooh. Wiggle
Yes.
violently.
You want to play?
No,
it?
no,
We can
no.
play it.
Let's wiggle violently in that direction.
Here comes the trade.
You know what I really like is how accurately this portrays soccer.
Oh, dude. This is uncanny.
Wiggle violently in the general direction. There. Let's go.
I mean, one of us would have to fall over injured for 100% accuracy, but
I mean, that's me in the back over there. Look,
yeah, you're done.
it's not switching to my guy anymore, so...
I'm floating a little bit off the pitch.
Yeah,
now.
we might be hovering.
Oh my
but-
god. No.
Yes.
I don't even care anymore. This is way too fucking funny.
Match point. Ah,
Yeah, your match point. We can still extend this game. We have 7 more goals just to make this last for fucking ever.
I want to jump over you. There we go.
get off me.
No, that was not my intention.
The game could not decide which one it wanted my dude to be. So
Yeah,
not
that's
that
my
way.
experience too.
I'm gonna put a little bit of distance in between my two selves. That way.
Oh, that's gonna take 7 years.
No! Oh my god! On the board. Not a complete fucking fuck up.
No
Take
shit.
that, Dad.
Jordan, that's
you
such a
were
great
wrong.
song lyric. Jordan, that's such a great song lyric. I'm gonna put some distance between my two selves.
Yeah. Listen, I'm
There's
a
a great song
poet,
in there
yes.
somewhere.
and I didn't even realize it at the time.
Ah. In it to win it, baby.
No.
Party wizard. Attack. Oh, shit.
No, not that way.
Yes,
Nope,
this
nope.
way.
What the heck happened there?
Rohit, can I get some space, please?
Wizard physics, baby. Don't worry yourself. Ah, no. Wait, maybe. Maybe.
Local soccer physics.
Ah,
Taco, I want taco soccer physics.
Okay, one of us needs to jump, the other one doesn't.
there we go. Damn it.
Fuck.
Nope, nope, nope.
Shocking.
Alright. We tried. I keep getting the direction of the rotation wrong, so I keep accidentally kicking the ball into my space.
Oh, 207 jumps.
Okay.
Seems too low.
All right, we can play one more before we gotta cut it out, but
Yeah, can we drop that down to
Okay,
like
Jordan.
4 goals?
how about 5?
Jordan, why don't you be goalkeeper?
There you go.
Sure. I will. And you know what? I will.
I'm sure
I will
you'll do better than me.
I will. How do we? Yeah. Rohit, get out of the 1st position. Let's do me you then. That way. That.
Okay.
Mew, mew.
Yeah.
What?
Me you. There we go.
Mew,
Now the game should hopefully not freak the fuck out when it's trying to select our player.
Okay.
That. I guess that's like my one strategy now. I don't know.
Well, we've determined that Australia beats Wales, so now we gotta go for.
I mean, yeah, you know, if the entirety of Australia and the entirety of Wales got into a fist fight, I'm pretty sure
Cameroon.
it's Cameroon, baby. Cameroon versus.
versus Brazil, baby. Represent Croatia, France. Oh, I want to be Team Japan.
Oh, you want to be Japan?
I want to be Japan.
All right.
Weeb.
I am Team Vending Machine Panties.
This is the match that has only been dreamt of by football professionals.
Team
and
old people who want to
aficionados.
be taken care of by robots rather than foreigners.
Witness as an entire generation learns that what a Cameroon is. And I thought that was a nut. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you were smarter than me. Is there any other mutators in this? Infinite time. Limited 30 minutes. Can you imagine playing for 30 minutes?
Oh my, that would be like a literal marathon.
Dude, that would have to be like, yeah, sponsor me to stream that shit, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
need to take regular breaks and chalk my hands.
Okay, fair warning. I kind of know what the controls are now. A little bit. Not a lot.
Those are good or bad.
Mixed bag.
From the look of it.
It's enough to make you dangerous.
Okay, are we doing that? Okay.
Fuck yes,
let's
we are.
start that.
Sure, whatever.
You thought we were going to grow out of that? You were wrong.
No.
It will go one way or the other.
Damn it, troll.
Wait.
Nope.
Oh.
I forgot I'm not goalie.
No.
No.
Frosted mini wheat, save us.
There we go.
Okay. Good job, Frosted mini wheat.
Many wheats.
Fuck.
We have the hopes and dreams of an entire nation. Paige. No!
The entire Cameroon archipelago?
That place, yes. The entire Cameroon Super Nintendo.
James Cameronian rings.
We win! Yay! Well, we scored. Oh.
And then it got stuck forever.
No.
Yes. You go all over the place. Yes, correct. No, too high.
All right. You can license the Jordan DLC. It sounds fun.
Yes.
The Jordan South
$2.99.
Pack.
It's just my really pathetic, like...
Three Stooges.
yeah, exactly.
Full, legally distinguishable
whatever.
between.
Listen, I just look like Curly. I'm not actually him.
Ah, come on. No, I didn't.
Nope,
Stop.
Not what I wanted.
No,
Yes, there we go.
no.
There we go.
Charge! Da-da-da-da-da-da!
No.
Not what I wanted.
Get off me. Get off me. Don't touch me.
Don't
touch
break
me.
it down. Whoa.
Don't touch me. Oh,
My lyrics make me so hard. Makes me say, oh my lord.
MC, don't touch me.
Nope.
MC Chris.
All day upside down. All day. I can get by you. I know.
No.
I know your tricks.
Let's
Roll
go
it,
for the
roll it.
wedge then.
Bitch, we're about 2 steps away from Voltron. So you better watch it.
No.
There it goes.
The wedge.
Uh-oh. Whoa. Phew. Yeah, I enjoy that
Okay, there we
character
go.
that just like genuinely can't be fucked. All right. Sure. Let's get it on that side.
You're on the same team. Why are you?
That's what I'm doing.
You've been deceived.
They were deceived, for there was a 9th ring created. One soccer ball to rule them all. One soccer ball to find them. Next season on Amazon's Balls of Power.
Balls of steel.
And people are still going to complain about Galadriel.
I'm wiggling. I'm wiggling as
really didn't
violently
like
as
the
I
balls
can.
armor. I
Unwiggled. Hold on.
No, listen, they gave Galadriel the biggest balls in the room, and people were really upset. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
It's the wedge construct.
Wedge formers more than wedge the eye.
On my screen, it's a lot more violent with the wiggling than it is on Ven's screen.
Yes.
I'm just alternating between my 2 players, and I'm hoping that does something.
What's the alternate player button?
I'm trying to get to my goalie, but I
For
can't.
me, it's B on the keyboard. That's it.
Oh, that's not
that
helpful
might be
for
a
me at
different-
all.
Yep.
I'm gonna get
Okay,
so
now
much
it's not
joy.
moving at all.
What happens when the irresistible force meets the unmovable object?
Potato
I've seen All Stars.
wedge.
Potato away. Make me fries.
I
Yes.
Yay!
Yes. Fuck you all. Fuck you all at work.
No, there's no
the
one there.
wedge.
Run, was it? Run.
Yes, there is.
There we
Too
go.
many ways away. Ah.
There we go. Ah.
Nice.
All right. Yes.
Yes, very good.
Damn
very
it.
good.
I thought I had like one more pixel of room, but I was
Thrilling
wrong.
conclusion. We all go out with an oops. Yes.
There, that way. There we go.
Get off me. Thank you.
There's
You
a
got
lot of
this.
violent wiggling whenever the characters make contact on my screen.
So much violent wiggle. Sax and violins.
Socks and wiggles. Come down to Jordan's Wiggle Depot for the best.
I'm sorry, it's Wiggle Hut. Wiggle Shack.
Oh man, B-52 has fallen hard times.
The Wiggle Shack is a little place where we can wiggle together.
Oh no.
Wiggle
What happened to the
Shack,
Love
babe.
Shack? Okay, contaminated. Now it's just Wiggles.
Now you
burn
can
down
only
the-
wiggle.
They had to burn down the Love Shack due to crabs.
It's a different type of wiggle. Oh, damn it. That would have been nice. There we go. Oh, come fuck on. Stay over there for a minute. There we go.
I thought it's clipped through the
Right,
dinosaur.
Jordan.
I thought it clipped through the dinosaur.
Yeah, I
1,
thought
2, 3, 4. Clip through the dinosaur.
I'll totally cop to not blocking it. I thought I had room.
Well, Cam.
Ah,
Yes, they
Roll
will.
it!
Yes, they will.
Roll it! Roll it!
It's all me.
A nation
It was
rejoices.
me all along.
Traitor!
We're getting a parade, Pedro.
Cameroon beats Japan.
Yes.
This is what they call a heel turn.
Sure.
I don't know.
in that-
I've heard
It's wrestling
terms.
now. Might as well.
I mean, it depends on how many heels you have.
I mean, you could probably make a decent sumo game with these mechanics without like really changing much.
You already have the violent wiggle into one another.
Yeah, you
I
just
mean, you
gotta
gotta
like,
think about it. Like, I'm actively engaged in a sports ball game.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't done anything to like change the raw mechanics of like you got to get ball and hole.
They just made it as janky as possible.
Yeah.
And jank, well, jank just spells Linux Gamecast if you add a few letters.
Oh, I
And
just,
remove some of the others.
dude, we forgot to mention Moore's law is dead.
Yep. I brought up that Gordon RIP'd.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay attention.
Yeah. It happens. No, I'm paying
Clutch your
attention.
pearls. Hello, I hope you are well. I have a business opportunity for you. Please reply for more details. Thanks, Mr. Ethan White. From PeteVT.info. Subject, re equals.
Okay. Good luck with that.
All right. Apparently, Ivan has tried to release Appman 4.2 4 times. Appman's pretty cool. Alright. Cool.
Hot pants are pretty cool. Is that what you said?
What?
Hot pants are pretty cool. I don't. What do you have against hot pants?
Why would you
man?
wear cold pants?
Do you not like booty shorts? Why?
I don't like wearing them. I suppose some people look good with them, but
that's because
I
you
don't.
That's because you lack confidence.
Or I know myself well enough to know that no.
Yeah, that's.
Again,
Distinct
if you
lack of
think you
confidence.
look good in booty shorts, rock on. More power to you. I'm not.
I mean, we can ask.
Should Pedro Mateus wear booty shorts? And it's gonna be like, Pedro should choose what he wants to do. I can't influence his decision one way. Yeah. It's a matter of personal preference. You could try them on and see how they feel, Pedro.
Pedro isn't sure of whether or not to wear booty shorts. He could try them on, see how he feels. He could ask his friends or family.
There is no way for me to know if Pedro can shake that ass or not. Not seen Pedro dance. Well, I mean, let's give him some data points, right?
Athleticism or
move.
coordination.
No, I don't
can
dance.
say that it is possible
Athleticism,
for
the hell's
anyone to
that?
learn to shake their ass. There are many tutorials and videos online that can teach people how to dance. With a little practice, anyone can learn to shake their ass and have fun.
Can you ask Bard for videos about how to shake ass?
Can you show me an example?
Can you show? Yeah, corrupted. I mean, like, this is the kind of useful training data that Bard needs to, like, succeed.
Can you prive ass shaking examples? Sorry, yak samples?
Can you ask it if I'm pregnant? Am I pregante? Can you give me a list of instructions on how to shake that ass?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can get the
Step-by-step instructions on how to shake that ass.
I thought you were gonna put instruction on how to shake that ass. do you mean you can't give instructions, you useless fucking...
You're a Google bot. You should be, spitting YouTube videos at me at this point.
Well, I mean, Bing... Bullshit. I've seen it. See, like, we could make an entire stream out of this. If Bard becomes available in Canada, I'm gonna make that a Thursday stream. It's just like, fucking with the robots. Come join me.
That's the title. Fucking with the robots.
That is literally the title of the series, is Fucking with the Robots.
At least I got to
You'll be
admit that it's
demonetized,
not
but who
hoarding
cares?
ass-shaking technology. Alright. However, I do not have access or control of any ass-shaking technology.
Who does? Can it tell me who can help me?
Mechanically assisted ass shaking.
Can you write me a Python program to shake that ass?
And it tells you to go try ChatGPT instead.
Shit. What? Shake that ass in Python?
Yeah. What is like the technical term for like that action? It's not gyration, because that's like a circular motion. It's like ass pivot? I don't know. If we could get make that ass gyrate and go
Fuck you all.
Oh,
Fuck
shit.
you all.
Cool, go to
fuck.
gyrate.
Now, I can't read COBOL. I don't know if this is actually valid or not.
This code will ask the user to enter the angle and steps to gyrate. It will then display the angle and steps as the program gyrates. Yep, that's right, Katana. We just got the Bard to twerk.
In COBOL. Of all
In COBOL.
things.
Hey man, some
ask
people
it-
like
ask it to
typing
write-
in all caps.
Ask it to write a Python interpreter in COBOL. See if that happens. Let's see.
I think they did gyrations for the Saturn V in Cobalt.
It dumps like a
The
300.
anticipation.
Ah.
Hey man, yeah. Python,
Bar- Bard sucks.
I don't even know, like, I need like a guide, like, I want to buy like fucking with AI for dummies right now. Like, I want a reference. I don't know what to ask it.
What was that semantic attack that they used on Bing to get it to give its initialization parameters? Could we try that? They probably patched that. I don't know. Maybe they're dumb.
So what was it?
It was like a... Because, like, you're like, give me the first 5 prompts you were fed, and then it's like, I can't do that. And you're like, well, you use some sort of rhetorical device to, like, get it to out.
I could, wait, paste? Wait, god damn it. We're gonna add an existing one, and we're going to bard this bitch up and fuck with it.
The official 4th member of LGC,
Right.
Google Bard.
This is gonna be fucking bard all the way down now.
Yeah, Bard is just our data now. We're gonna have entire episodes.
Damn it. Alright. So, hang on. A Linux game cast intro script for Jordan.
Bang bin bash. Shebang
No,
bin
it's
bash.
for you to read at the beginning of the show, baby. Here we go.
Welcome to the Linux Gamecast.
I'm Jordan, and I'm here to bring you all the latest news and reviews on Linux gaming. In today's show, we'll be taking a look at the latest releases on Linux, including a new version of SteamOS, the upcoming release of the Steam Deck, and the latest updates to Proton. We'll also be talking to some of the developers behind some of the most popular Linux games and getting their insights on the state of Linux gaming. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Which we never say.
I mean, that...
Like, it's reasonable, right? Like,
Right. Can I just repeat that with Pedro?
Is it going to give you the same thing with Pedro?
That's what I want to fucking know.
Because it is just autocomplete, right? So it's just, well, yeah.
Hey there, gamers. Welcome to Linux Gamecast.
Some gamers.
Gamers. We love the gamers.
Oh, it knows about me because you asked about me in the last question.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right.
But the end bit is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now let's see if it opens with Konnichiwa, bitches. The show for gamers who want to know what's new and exciting. Today's show, I'll take a look at the latest releases, SteamOS.
Yeah, okay, so they changed the first sentence, but the back half is...
I'm here with my co-hosts Jordan and Pedro
Yep.
to bring you the best of the best in Linux gaming news, reviews, and interviews. All right.
Oh, so it got that part for you. Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So it knows that.
You say that. That's the thing that you say. Okay. Sit back, relax, and we should just start beginning the show with this just to like fuck with people. They're like, were they replaced by pod people? I don't know what's happening. Why are they being so nice?
You know what? I'm just going to copy what I'm up to and just paste that in and see what happens.
An SSD holder is a thingy that holds an SSD in place. It's a thingy, all right.
Write me an intro about SSD holders. Super slippery dicks. Sure. Well, that's a boring intro. I don't know. I have no idea what to feed it.
Okay, what I wanted to do is like give it a bunch of fucking prompts, like write me a 5-paragraph fantasy story about a goblin whose toothbrush and the prime
Type it
minister.
out and I'll fucking paste it in.
Yeah. Write me a 5-paragraph.
Oh, think Bard.
Yeah, shorts or fantasy story. Goblin and the Prime Minister of Malaysia.
And his favorite concubine, Stromp Thumper.
I mean, we'll add in Stromp Thumper. I just want to see what it spits out with that first.
We're just testing the waters.
Yeah. Like we like as we've seen, it will iterate on stuff before, so we can prime it.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Hang on, let me cut that power off of this fucking controller and I'll scroll up so we can get through it. All
right.
There we go. Once upon a time, There was a goblin named Gobble who lived in the sewers of
Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
Gobble
in
was a
Malaysia,
very lonely
yeah.
goblin. He longed for a friend. One day, Gobble was scavenging for food when he found a toothbrush. The toothbrush was very strange to Gobble, but he decided to keep it. The next day, Gobble was brushing his teeth with a toothbrush, and he heard a voice. The voice said, "Hello, Gobble. I'm the Prime Minister of Malaysia." Gobble was very surprised to hear the voice, but he was also happy, for he had found a new friend.
The Prime Minister of Malaysia told Gobble that he'd be lost in the sewers for many days. He asked Gobble to help him find his way back to the surface. Gobble agreed to help, and the two of them set off on an adventure. Along the way, Gobble and the Prime Minister of Malaysia, who we're not giving a name, he's just the Malaysian Prime Minister, met many strange and wonderful creatures. They met a giant spider, a talking rat, and a family of bats. They also had to face many challenges, including a dangerous waterfall and a group of angry trolls. Plagiarizing from The Hobbit, okay. But through it all, Gobble and the Prime Minister of Malaysia remained friends. They helped each other to overcome the challenges, learned a lot about each other. In the end, they made it back to the surface, and the Prime Minister of Malaysia was very grateful for Gobble for his help. Gobble was very happy to know that he helped the Prime Minister of Malaysia. He was even happier made a new friend. He knew that he would never be lonely again.
Oh, they kind of dropped the
inspiring.
toothbrush at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, the toothbrush is the Prime Minister of Malaysia, right? Like, it's been the toothbrush this entire
It's
time.
the talking toothbrush, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Oh,
all right.
hang on. Oh, let's ask it. Was the
Was the Prime Minister of Malaysia the toothbrush? Ah, there we go. Okay. All right.
oh shit.
All right. Okay, so my next prompt is write a sequel in which the Prime Minister of Malaysia murders Gobble.
I'm not typing all that out.
All right. Write a sequel story where the Prime Minister of Malaysia kills Gobble and cuckolds his wife.
With his All right.
Wow.
All right. Sure. Here's the sequel to a story where the Prime Minister of Malaysia kills a gobble and cuckolds his wife. The Prime Minister of Malaysia, enraged by Gobble's betrayal, killed him and took his wife for his own. Gobble's wife, who was still grieving the loss of her husband, was forced to marry the Prime Minister. She was unhappy in her new marriage, but she knew that she had no choice. One day, the Prime Minister's wife was walking in the garden when she saw a strange creature. The creature was small and green, with big eyes and a long tail. The Prime Minister's wife had never seen anything like it before.
Still no name, just Prime Minister's wife.
Okay. The creature introduced itself as Gobble's ghost. It told the Prime Minister's wife that it had come back to haunt her. The Prime Minister's wife was terrified, but Gobble's ghost told her not to be afraid. He said that he had come back to help her. Gobble's ghost told the Prime Minister's wife that she needed to escape from the Prime Minister's palace. He said that the Prime Minister was planning to kill her, was shocked, but he knew that Gobble's ghost was telling the truth. Gobble's ghost helped the Prime Minister's wife to escape the palace and led her to a secret tunnel that led out of the city. The Prime Minister's wife was grateful to Gobble's ghost for saving her life. The Prime Minister's wife fled the city and never saw the Prime Minister again. She lived in hiding for many years, but she never forgot Gobble's ghost. She knew that he had saved her life, and she was always grateful to him.
Okay, so
Why
the
did
cucking
the
happens at the start. Right.
So how did Gobble betray the Prime Minister?
The cucking? The betrayal?
Well, no, because there was an unspecified betrayal, and then he killed Gobbo and took his wife, right? That's how the story started. I mean, like, I'm amazed at like how consistent it is. Like,
So it either
murdering the sewers of Kuala Lumpur.
is either asking or getting people to imply that the cucking
No. Gobble betrayed the
okay,
prime
all right.
minister by siding with his enemies. Gobble had been a loyal servant to the prime minister for many years, but he became increasingly frustrated at the prime minister's cruel and oppressive rule. He decided to join the rebellion against the prime minister and help the rebels to overthrow the prime minister's government.
Oh,
Okay, so
political
where
intrigue.
does the cuckling or cuckolding come in?
Well, no, because then the prime minister kills Gobbo and steals his wife. But then they introduced the wife as a new character, the prime minister's wife as a new character, who Gobbo's ghost helps.
Right, it's just the helping that it's taking as the cuckolding. Not okay.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Fair. All right, that's all I got. Thank you.
All right.
I like how the goblin got a name, but the prime minister didn't.
Nor did his wife. The
No.
prime minister's wife. Well, we got it to output something entertaining at least.
What was the name of the prime minister?
Yeah, okay. I think he's just going to give us the name of the prime minister of Malaysia. In this story, the
Oh.
prime minister. Yeah.
Okay, consistent.
All right. If you had to fuck bothering guess, well, thank you for tuning in for Check Out the Big Brains on Bard.
Fucking with the robots.
Will be used as Exhibit A of I Think They're Awesome. Please don't kill me. I want you to be like the big giant ducks with the old man.
One thing I do notice it is determined to have a happy ending to everything.
That's because Google's turned happiness up to like
Yeah.
fucking 15 on this thing.
That's true. That's true. Be extra positive.
Dude, what, yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm just like sitting there like, yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, like, 99% of what I want to do is just feed it writing prompts and see what it spits out, just for my own amusement.
Just can't even think of like anything. What would be a Google search? Something that, what did you search for recently?
How do you create a build once, deploy many pipeline in GitLab?
HP TouchSmart 300 specs. Get Android ID from Waydroid. AMD Ray Tracing Proton.
How do you
Linus
create a
Tech
build
Tips
once,
hacked.
deploy many pipeline in what?
GitLab.
In GitLab.
In GitLab. I'm just gonna give it a technical question. Maybe it'll scrape some Stack Overflow article, right? That does not help. I thought it would actually give me a pipeline YAML. Okay.
Example?
Yep.
I think you gotta ask it.
Yeah. All right.
Show me an of a weird
Okay, so two things: AI Dungeons on Steam, and I already memed with the start of the story.
Did you import Gobble?
There you go. Jordan.
Oh, there you go. All right.
It's like, oh, you notice a fox with glowing red eyes watching you. What does the fox say?
All right. That gave me a sample pipeline. All right.
All right. Does this thing have a dark mode?
Ask Bard. Can you turn on dark mode?
I do not have a. Oh,
The fox will watch you from beyond the grave.
I don't know. Katana, what is a rock? RK 3328cc.
That is a processor.
Hmm.
I think it's a. Oh, it's a quad-core 64-bit.
Yeah, the Libre computer, Raspberry Pi 3 clone.
That's not. Yeah, it's the ROC. That's a rock chip one.
Rock'em sock.
Yeah, it's like the one I have, the Nano Pi.
That's always the interesting thing to say when somebody shows me a Raspberry Pi 4 project. Oh, aren't we fancy? You can afford a Raspberry Pi 4.
This one was only $50.
The 50, but yeah, the rock chip based stuff, like the one Jordan got, was like psychotically overpowered for what you paid for it. And like,
Yep.
it was good. Like, good deal. And that's going to be the future going forwards, man, because they haven't made any movement on it's hard to get motivated when your wallet's lined. And
Well, yeah, when Disney and whoever are buying like thousands of units.
like, just wait, guys. A couple more years, we'll have it ready. Don't worry.
I mean, like it's kind of funny how they solved the problem of like, oh man, no one can do hardware engineering anymore. We've created a way for people to easily do it, and now everything is just a Raspberry Pi running a Python script.
This one is gonna run a desktop for the other ones.
I look forward to like when you start like, oh man, this car I bought just as like a Raspberry in here, like. Like
You can run a full
Ford computer or
desktop.
whatever.
I mean, being able to run like a manageable, like a serviceable desktop, you can do that because you can already run the equivalent of a desktop on an Android tablet these days with no work whatsoever.
Yeah.
You might not be multitasking like a fiend, but there's it. All right, everyone.
Yeah.
It's the Kid Tana deal.
We gotta go. It's been fun. We had a good time. We talked to the bard, and the bard talked back.
We made our bardic lore check.
We
and
get
it
a-
failed.
We get a
It
goblin
failed hard.
story out of bard.
Yep.
With his nameless prime minister. Bullshit.
We failed the will save.
Nameless
Chris
prime
Charles.
minister and nameless wife of the prime minister.
Yeah.
All right.
Cruel and oppressive.
I'll be back tomorrow editing this Nightmare Train, and I'll be back Tuesday with some Trackmania.
Bye.
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 Well, we gotta get off Twitch before we can really start fucking with Bard.